Hello everybody that's out there or about to get on there. We're about to start the finals of the Club Champion of Club Champions for 2019 in the pairs events. We have the gold medal in the men's. We have next to a rink the gold medal in the ladies. Next to them the bronze ladies and the bronze playoff in the men's following that. We have your scores in all the 4 games, but we have the men's game underway with the jack being rolled now on the first end. We're playing at North Toowoomba, home of the Bush Rangers. There's a few of them here too, I'll tell you. They're just finishing their trial ends on the other 3 games, but we have the first bowl coming down now. First bowl from John Newell. Just a little short. A bit of a warm-up on the first couple of bowls. They've had their trial ends. Nathan Rice playing now. More than likely I will call him Lurch nearly the whole game. Not Babe or anything like that. They had to battle to win their section. Yesterday afternoon they managed to beat the local Toowoomba team by 1 in a fantastic game. Could have gone either way. And today they were defeated. They looked like favourites, but the boys from the Summit who played so well on our live stream game yesterday afternoon, they came out firing. And they served it right up to Nathan and Andrew Howie. In fact, they only beat them by 2, which was a bit of a letdown for them in the end because they played a fair bit better than them. They hadn't won a game. They'd played 2 very good games, losing by 6 in both. That's Stanley and Capelli from the Summit. Andrew Howie played a slightly fortunate off-centred run twice on the last end. He got a little bit of assistance and he turned a 4 down to 3 up, so they lost by 2. They were trying to score 5. They managed to score 3 off a lucky hit that would not have cost them their spot in the final because they were well placed with the margin they had over John Martin and Craig Hall. They won their game by 7. They had to have a little bit more score to trouble Rice and Howie making the grand final. But we've kicked in halfway through the first end almost, and everybody's bowled 1 a yard away. I'll just be with you for a while. Our normal commentators will be back here after lunch. They need a fair bit of feeding, some of these blokes.
All right, get me a pie.
We've got to find the best pie shop in town for Robbie Allen.
2 blocks up.
2 blocks up, he tells me.
Yep, absolutely.
He's got to find the best pie shop in town. He's one of the greatest pie eaters I've ever met. Loves a pie. And for those viewers that thinks it's easy to play at the moment, we have a nice little Toowoomba breeze blowing. It was blowing about 35 knots earlier this morning, and it had a little bit of that Toowoomba, not too sure how cold it was, blow with the breeze. There's still plenty of wind. We have a wide hand and a skinny hand here today. We'll see who prefers to play on which side as the game wears on. Hello, the pie man's arriving. The pie cart's somewhere around. Brian's got no chance of getting on this seat for about 2 ends. He's got to eat his pie first.
Is that a chunky steak? Yes. Awesome, thank you. And you get a North mushroom?
Here we come. Rice has got the jack. Not very successfully. Slipped it back to the opposition bowl. Obviously, Jason Moore thought not such a bad idea to put one behind. He's looking for something behind, a little bit quick. Nathan was hoping for a bit more breeze to bring him down that gully. Probably a foot too wide with the weight he played. Greens are running beautifully here at the home base in Toowoomba. We haven't had much wind over the previous 3 days, and it's come up a bit today. And some of our players have really handled it well, and some have struggled badly. We'll see what happens when we come down to the nitty-gritty. The next door game, the ladies' final. I better not say somewhat as a surprise, but they come from my area, the Elliott Heads team. Wendy Campbell and Lorraine Hofstetter went through their section undefeated. Pretty fantastic. It was the only one out of the 2 ladies' sections that went through undefeated. Glennis Reid and Debbie Logan were defeated second game by only 1 shot, but they come back with vengeance to beat the South Suburban team, Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng, by sufficient to finish first and go to the gold playoff. Cleaning a bit of a path as we charge at the head, but we haven't hit the shot bowl yet. So the South Suburban pair are playing off in the bronze, and they're playing Bribie Island. See if we can add one here. Going a little quick with, and fell in the ditch. Bit of a discussion whether we're going to go again. Second shot is some 4.5, 5 feet away. Well, he's decided what he's playing now. Imagine it's fire again. We'll see. He may just play weight to it. Went close. First end completed. They're just lining up, measuring each other's strengths. Now we have Gary back now.
Thanks, Jimmy. I just had a bit of a lunch break.
I'll just hang in around here for a couple of end or two while
Brian
Brian has his lunch.
We read out all the competitors' names, have we?
Very close. We've done most of them.
Okay.
We didn't mention the names of the girls playing in the bronze playoff.
Okay, well, I've got them here if you want them.
Well, it's only the Bribie team that I didn't mention, which is Yolanda Ackroyd and Annie Stubb.
Yep, against, that's from Moreton Bay District, against Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng from South Suburban in Mackay. And that's the ladies' game that we televised earlier.
Johnny Newell's right on it, and Lurch has got him straight away.
He's right on it even more.
That's what we're expecting in this game, with 4 very well-known high-profile players in the state. I'd have to check all my records to see if Andrew Howie still in the Australian.
It's a very lovely reply there from.
They're really
St.
starting
John,
to
isn't it?
warm up early, seeing as it's only second end. I don't imagine Lurch being just short of this. He'll be just trying to arrive.
I think you might have left it out there a bit, don't you?
It's out there. Thought he might have been a little bit quicker than that, but he's got another bowl in the head.
We've got a whole bunch of people watching from all over the place. We'll get to mention you as soon as we can. But thanks everyone for joining the coverage. It's a magnificent day here again in Toowoomba once again, and the breeze has dropped quite considerably, although it's still hanging around, but it's not as bad as it was.
You get out there, it's shaking that camera over there. We have quite a list here. We've got Chris, the bowls coordinator at Mussey Hill. I haven't seen Chris since the district side state games. Good to see him on board. And we run down, you could run down a lot of our regulars that are on there.
Yeah, we've got Russell Hindle, Brett Clifford, Matty Bell, Stephen Sale, Alan Law, Jeff Watkins, Stephen Tong, Peter Balderson, Brian Stewart, and welcome to each and every one of you guys. And this is going to be a pretty exciting. And Linda Lately's there. Go Hawks. Well, we knew that, Lynn. Thank you. This is going to be a pretty exciting afternoon for all concerned. So
I've got a few over on this side too. Fiona Hall, Julie Allen, Jockey Hayes, Deanne Robertson, Warren Haviland, Galen Litso. I guess that's part of the Litzos that I know.
Alan Law's just shared the video. Well, he always does. Good on you, Al. Thanks for that.
And Peter Tappenden, sneaking in there, bottom on my list here, is joined here.
The Hamilton boys are holding a very nice one shot. And Lurchy's got the second shot now. I think he's called Andrew to make sure he's up, and which he was always going to be anyway. And trying to get through there with a bit of...
He needs a little help.
He does. He got the nice little touch on that, but unfortunately didn't roll up enough. So Johnny Newell was one of his opening bowls.
Did Gracemere make the bronze playoff from Peter Tappenden? Of course they did. They
Gracemere
nearly made the goal.
They sure did.
They were getting in the equation with 2 ends to play in both of the games. They needed another 5 shots across the 3 ends that were in progress to make the gold playoff. But it just turned out that Andrew Howie got a good result, and Jay Singh, who played so well yesterday, pulled off a 3 against them, which sealed their fate of not playing in the gold. But they're playing in the bronze playoff at the moment, and I can tell you Johnny Martin just drew the shot as per usual.
Yes, they lost their first game 16-28 to Nathan and
yeah, that was a bit
Andrew.
tough. They were only 4 behind with 2 ends to play.
Yep.
They lost at 2, and then they tried to kill it, losing a 6 to make a big margin.
The margin was much more than what it really should have been, shouldn't it?
If they hadn't lost that 6, they probably, in a day and a half down the track, day and a half down the track, they would have probably be playing in the gold if it would have been a small.
That's right. They won their second game 20-14 over the Summit, and this morning's game, I think we've already told you that they won 24-16 over Chris Forbes and Jay Singh, who were probably the only ones who were in reaching distance of getting Nathan and Andrew or passing them in the leaderboard, but it didn't happen.
Well, after that first game, which was pretty close,
they've had 2 good wins.
Howie and Lurch won by 1 and got beat by 2, so it's been very close, stiff competition.
Well, that's right.
Knowing the ability of those 2 players and how good the opposition obviously played to be there right with them.
So Skip's about to play their final bowls, and it's Johnny Newell who's still holding the 1 solitary shot.
Jason's just got to miss that bowl on the outside.
I think he's fairly well under that,
The breeze
Jimmy.
coming that way. He needs to be somewhere out near it to have the right grass. He has the right grass.
Sure did. Yeah. Andrew's got both his bowls coming in on that forehand, but he's decided to try and, I guess he's looking at trying to punch that.
Well,
bowl
both the
of
back
John's.
bowls on the right hand side are against.
Yes. And the ones, and
He's got
I'll
it at
tell
the
you what,
moment.
he's got this.
He's got it just like he wanted to get
That's a
it,
great shot. That's made 3.
or 4 or 5.
It depends on how far those bowls are behind. But he played that with absolute perfection. It was
Well,
not just the grass, but the weight, Jimmy, wasn't it?
Perfect. The orange bowl is the closest bowl for the Hamilton side,
Yes, it is.
and reminds me of many days at Hamilton where Hamilton played Helensvale in 3 or 4 Premier Leagues finals and semi-finals and things. It's an old...
Well, Jason's got a pretty decent shot here. He might have cut... He certainly cut the back ones out if they were counting. And
Still
Nathan
3.
had indicated 3.
Still 3.
And the safest hand is, of course, the forehand now, which is Nathan is calling Andrew to play.
Well, he's thinking of trying to get that out another roll.
Well, Jimmy...
With the wind coming across that way, you can play a little bit tight. Pretty well down.
Yeah, he's got a decent line, hasn't he?
No.
You going to hold it up? I don't
No,
think so.
it's a skipper's shot. Nowhere near the head when you're holding.
Yeah. So that's 3 to Nathan and Andrew, and that's 3-2 on the second end.
I think Brian's finished his lunch. It's about time we put him on.
David Spice has come on there. David, don't underestimate the mighty Marlins. No, we won't. And they're in the bronze playoff. Jason Walford and Mitch Stiles against Johnny Martin and Craig Hall from Gracemere, as we've mentioned.
I've got Justin Crebin on here. Up the power. We'll be up the Crebins when it comes to the north-south game. Not very far down the track. Saturday. You better be at your best then, boy. Now we've got Brad McAnally being very complimentary to me. That's very unusual. He didn't say anything like that on Friday night. Good for watching, Brad. I'm off, and I'll put Brian on. He's finished mowing his green. The greenkeeper's got to do a fair bit of work around the place. See you viewers and listeners later.
Thanks, Jimmy, for stepping in, and we'll talk to you a bit later, Nathan's started off with a couple of beauties here, and
Big thank you to Jimmy C there, Gary.
Did say.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Johnny Newell's played it. He's got a much better bowl than his first one. In fact, it's so good.
It's a magnificent bowl there by Tom.
Front toucher.
Absolutely. Gary, the green running absolutely magnificently once again, my friend.
We've got a question asked by a gentleman that has just gone off my screen.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the pace of the green? We'd be looking at somewhere better than 15, I think.
I reckon around about 16. 16 with a bit of breeze, just nice where they can all play their shots. They don't have to chuck them too hard. Notice the wind's starting to gust again pretty badly, though.
Well, Lurchy Daxon's wobbling around there, but he hasn't got any meat in his leg to keep them together.
Keep them together, mate. Yeah. So anyway, we see Andrew playing his first bowl, of course, playing his forehand. He's just got to sit inside this bowl here of Nathan's. But I think he could be a bit wide with this one.
I think his weight's okay, but he'll probably be he'll be able to correct that.
Yeah, correct that. Yeah. Mate, been some couple of good heads to start the game. The conversion rate's been really good, so it's all good. So.
Well, they both had to do that, haven't they? And it's not going to just stop there because there'll be some more conversions coming, I'm sure.
There will be plenty of conversions in this game, mate. And what a wonderful match-up here we have in the ladies too. Is that good-looking bowl here by Jason Moore, or just going to touch. Yeah, that really closes that track down a bit more for Andrew there too.
Yeah,
really,
it does. He's probably going to have to use a little more crunching sort of weight now.
Yeah, he's got to play with a little bit more weight. So that back bowl of his might come into play here, do you think, mate? So,
Well, he may do.
May do. So it's definitely changed his shot anyway. So he can't play with the same weight, that's for sure, and get the result. So he'll have to play with a little bit more aggressive weight, which he has. But any movement on that front bowl, well, he's going to touch Nathan's bowl. What's going to happen here?
Gets the edge of that, he's a chance, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, lovely try.
Well, I don't think that's a major problem because he's still only one down.
Still only one down, mate. Yeah. So, but what a cracking game we got here, Gary. The matchups are just absolutely.
Well, it will be.
You know,
a long way to go because we've only had two ends, haven't we?
Two ends, and look at the heads, mate. Absolutely fantastic.
Dave Baker's watching. Well, Dave's a regular, and Tongy, Steve Tong's there.
Toggy, how are you, my friend? I'll see you on the weekend, sunshine.
Matty Bell's come back on you, Matt.
Matty.
So you're all settled back at home or wherever you may be watching this, and I can assure you this is going to be pretty exciting and being the final of a very prestigious event. And we'll give you some previous winners as time permits.
Megan, not too sure, but we'll try and find out for you. We'll see what happens. How the Marlins going, Justin? Mate, I'll just get the binoculars on. There's no score up yet, mate, so I can't tell you, my friend.
Bit too early in proceedings, I don't think.
Jumping the gun there, son.
Oh, now what's happened here? Nathan's contacted Jason's bowl and sent the kitty out onto the.
Now, Megan,
right
just to fill you in on that, the games tomorrow start at 8:30, and she's on first up. Or they're all competitors. Sorry, all competitors start at 8:30. So it's an 8:30 start.
Johnny Newell's come down, and he's. I'm not sure if they were up or down before he did.
He's definitely drawn the shot there.
He's certainly got the shot now.
Nathan's got a bit of an open draw here. And see how he goes. Tell you what, he's got this very well pointed, mate. Look at the run on this one.
He's coming in pretty good here. I wouldn't mind, sir. That'll be the shot.
It's a beautiful bowl there by Nathan Rice. Beautiful, just sitting in behind the kitty.
And Rice, he's no stranger to this competition, you know, Brian, don't you?
No, I do know that, mate. He's been
here a few times.
He's been a formidable opponent for a great number of years, my friend. Wonderful young man he is too, young Nathan.
Very
that's for
popular,
sure.
Isn't he?
Definitely, mate. Why wouldn't he be? He's a wonderful young man, that's for sure. I've seen all these kids grow up over the years. I'm sure my age here, Gary.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
But Nathan was partnered by Robbie Thompson when they were at South Tweed.
Yep.
In 2002.
Yep.
And blow me down, he came back the following year in 2003 with Brett Wilkie.
Geez, I wonder what Robbie did wrong, mate. Where they won it, and then he goes and gets a new partner.
Well, I don't know.
What did he do wrong, I wonder?
I think Robbie was too busy with other things.
You reckon? Gee whizzing. I know, Godfather.
And now,
see Andrew here trying to draw one. He's just got to beat this sitting behind. Well, he doesn't want to fatten the target here for Jason Moore, but
no, he's all right. I don't think he's done too much damage there.
Second shot. But got some wonderful matchups here with the ladies being played at the same time. Yep. It's 3-2 there on two ends.
Jason, what's he done here? Does he like it? I think he fancies it a bit, don't you?
I think you get both of them here, mate.
I don't know if he get both, but he...
Probably got shot.
Yes, he has. I think Johnny Newell's indicated one. And then Andrew's got bowl to come.
It's 3-2 to the... Just can't see the board down there. They're standing in front of it.
Yeah, this is the problem we have at this angle we're sitting. Okay, so Andrews... He's looking at playing a bit of weight, I think, up underneath to sit that orange bowl.
Yeah, it's probably there to be played. I mean, a little bit of trial he can make too, but it'd be a very hard shot to play with that wind coming across there the way it is, Gary. You'd have to play with a fair bit of weight, mate.
Well, that's what he's doing. He's lining up. I'm sure he's having a poke at this. It's not... Yeah. He's just got to get under this front bunch now, and I'm not sure that he will. Well, will he? No, Lurchy's got down. He's having a look. Kitty's all right. Oh, that's a great shot.
That's an incredible bowl by Andrew.
have a look
Howie,
at
mate.
that.
That's an incredible bowl by Andrew, isn't it?
Well, he looked at it, but see, the thing is too, Brian, I'm not too sure what Lurchy was suggesting, but Andrew appeared quite confident in his own mind. That's the shot he wanted to play.
That's a beautiful shot,
He was
mate.
lining up for it before Lurchy said anything.
And that's the difference between them and me. There's no one in the world would have tried to play that.
Well, he obviously knew what he wanted to do, and he bloody well did it.
Yeah, no, you take your hat off for bowls like that, mate.
Jason Moore.
He's played wonderful for the whole 2 days, young Jason and John. They've really played some
They
great
have.
bowls together.
How hard
Tell you what,
shot?
this isn't far away. This is not far. Oh, it's just going to...
Well, I don't know if that's the line, the out-of-bounds line, or it's the other one.
Yeah, he's pulled up short. He had a beautiful line for that.
Didn't matter. He's 2 down.
3 shots.
3 he's got. That front yellow one was
That
counting
front yellow
as well.
one must have been in, so yeah, it's
Gee
big
whiz.
pickup. That's a big bowl by Andrew.
Oh, was it ever?
It's those type of shots that actually win games, Gary.
Oh, they're the types of shots that you dream about, aren't they?
Yeah, they are too.
I mean,
mate.
it was there to be played. It was
Yeah.
just a matter of whether the man had the confidence to go for it, and he did.
No, that's for sure. So, Justin and I will try and get at you. It's 1-1, mate. It's 1-1 in the Marlin Coast game against Gracemere. 1-1 on 2 in the ladies' bronze medal match between Bribie Island and Mackay. It is 2-2. And on the gold medal match, it is Debbie Logan's team is 2, and they're playing.
They're playing the girls from Mackay, aren't they?
No, the girls on Mackay on the rink beside.
Oh, no, sorry, you're right. They're playing the girls from Elliot Heads, Bundaberg district.
Elliot Heads, that's correct.
Wendy Campbell and Rel Hofstetter. Well, you take your eyes off the screen for a second and everything changes. Lurchy's drawn a fantastic bowl there, Jack Hyman. The next time I look, it's gone. And Johnny Newell's obviously replaced him there.
Yeah, beautiful bowl.
Yeah, Nathan's just dropped a bit of off to the right there, but he's not too bad. He's reasonably close. So John's for the second bowl.
Just wind's got hold of that one pretty early there, Gary.
Well, see, you can see the umbrella on the wing camera there. It's wobbling about a bit, isn't it?
Yes, that's for sure.
Robbie, we had a very windy day at Mudbury Bar one day, and Robbie went out to try and fix the camera, and it was so windy he nearly took off.
Mate, he would have ended up in the ring. Hey?
It's like Mary Poppins.
Well, Mary Poppins, mate, would have been like the Flying Nun.
It was Robbie Poppins.
Robbie Poppins.
He nearly took off.
So we see Jason had a good look at the head notes was going to play. Andrew's on his way back
I
out.
think he's just going to... He'll be just trying to draw a shot in his forehand, wouldn't he?
I think he will be, mate. Nothing silly there, that's for sure. Mate, singles tomorrow. And what's the matchups in that, Gary?
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely incredible. Some games being played there.
Well, we got eight. We got the same scenario with 8 ladies and 8 men.
Yep.
Who will be contesting the singles, which starts tomorrow. And I haven't got that list immediately available.
Not to worry, mate. But we've got some good matchups, I know
It was
that.
the most exciting announcement. I think folks are probably already aware of. If they're not, the word should have spread. That the
Andrew just missing the inside of that bowl. Sorry, mate.
The finals of the singles on the Thursday will be Thursday morning and afternoon, because the wisdom of the organisers here and the match committee have decided that they're not going to play the male and female singles final at the same time.
Well, how good's that going to be, mate?
Which
going to be able to see.
Apparently has happened before, but now with the live streaming, they made the decision to play the ladies' final in the morning, and when that's finished, they then commence the men's final, which is a bonus for every one of us who want to be able to watch, because you're now going to be able to watch them both.
How good's that, mate?
It's just a smart move and intelligent thinking from the people in charge. That's what I reckon.
It really is, mate. It's to bring you 2 incredible games of bowls like that, 2 finals, and
it's all. I mean, it's a very difficult decision to make if they say, righto, well, we've got the singles final for the girls and the men, and they then have to make a decision, say which one they're going to let us live stream. And they're going to get all sorts of, well, you don't know, but you think that they might have, and get accused of favouritism or all sorts of...
I think Jason may be pretty close to second shot there, maybe just out. But
I think Andrew's bowl
but Andrew's bowl could be on the left-hand side, could be second shot. But they're having a good look at it. There's too many bowls to come to worry about it.
That's right. It's one of those tricky angles too, isn't it?
Well, it is too, that's for sure, Gary.
You tend to get a bit confused as who's got what.
The only reason I thought it might have been Jason, because I saw Nathan have a good look at it on the way past too. But
Sue Howie saying, go the Hawks.
Hey Sue, how are you?
Good on you, Sue. I reckon you'd be there somewhere.
Good looking bowl here by Nathan. He's got his weight. He's just got to. He's just going to set this bowl.
No, he's not.
Oh, he just missed it. What a lovely try, though. Eh? Any movement on Andrew's bowl there too would have been very beneficial for the Helensvale combination. Playing against this very strong combination from the Hamilton bowls.
The Hamilton boys are definitely holding one, and this might throw the chook into amongst the pigeons, because I reckon he's going to get another one here, don't you? Oh. Yeah, well, I'm tipping that's 2.
Yep.
I think he's got the front one covered, don't you, Brian?
Yep.
That's very hard to see. Well, let's maybe make it a bit clearer. Christine White says, go Helensvale. Yeah, well, that's the Gold Coast team, Christine, so a lot of us are hoping for some sort of good result anyway, but we're not allowed to be biased. We just love to watch a great game of bowls. And here comes Johnny Newell again. And if he runs this, he's going to count with this too, Nelly. Not quite. So Andrew's got the finger measure out, and he's suggesting, I think he scratched his chin there. I'm tipping he reckons he's 2 down. Well, that's the way we'd see it. But we have really, I mean, apart from the wind we've had today, we've had fantastic weather, folks, and there hasn't been a cloud in the sky for the entire tournament so far. And as far as I understand, there's no tip for rain in the next couple of days. So we're hoping to get the entire program out of the way without too much interruption from rain. I reckon they don't get too much rain here anyway, so... Okay. And here comes Andrew. And he's hung this one a little bit out there, has he? And he's got lovely weight, hasn't he? But hasn't altered the count at all. So Jason's striding up to the head with purpose, striding up to the mat. I think he's confident of the fact that he's got a couple, and he's particularly pleased about that, because he doesn't want to let anything get away from him here. Not that it has, and probably won't, but to drop another couple, if he did, wouldn't sort of be happy. He wouldn't be happy about that. But these two boys have played particularly well. The Hamilton people would no doubt be very proud of their members. And Jason's just fallen off that one a bit, but never mind. He's got another one. Might hear a little bit of chit-chat going in the background there. We're actually sitting in the cafeteria. Where are we? In the dining room. We're actually sitting in the dining room of the inside the club. Now, Andrew, has Andrew got the weight here? He's shaking his head. I don't think he likes it. He's not up. He had perfect grass. And Steve Dowd is saying we're watching from sunny Burke. Send some rain this way, please. Well, we all feel for you out there, buddy, that's for sure. And any rain you can get, we much appreciate it, I'm sure. Okay, so Justin's coming up again. He's probably got better weight, but I don't know if he's going to be wide enough, although, gee whiz, that's interesting. I reckon they're claiming 3 here. See, they don't I mean, if they don't indicate, how are we supposed to know? Well, skips are up the scoreboard end, so with a little bit of luck, here comes Justin. Is Jason going to do it, or somebody? Yeah, no, here goes Andrew over to the board. Out come the binoculars. And my tip is that they're claiming 3, and indeed it is, so that makes it 5-6.
6-5, yeah, what a lovely little pick up there. They played a couple of great bowls there, Gary.
Well, they drew them all, mate. They didn't. There was no whacking and wobbling going on.
No,
they drew the lot.
And John sticking to his forehand, playing back away from the clubhouse here at North Toowoomba Bowlstone. So they got a nice line on this one too, just quietly. A very good first up bowl.
Oh, that's a good start, mate.
He is, mate. He's playing. He has been playing very well of late. In actual fact, he went over to Perth and beat. Had a couple of really good wins there. Won his section. Beat Brett Wilkie in the playoff, and I think Aaron Sheriff got him in the end. Just to.
Well, that was sensational. Well, that tournament's on every year, isn't it? That's sensational. That tournament.
Yep.
Aaron Wilson, the great Aaron Wilson, won the first one back in 2017.
That's correct, mate.
And Russell Bates won last year, the Western Australian boy.
No, it's been fantastic, Gary. It's been the bowls has been incredible, mate, all the way around Australia in the last few months.
Oh, no, not particularly, no. Soft drink, no thanks.
So we see Nathan Rice sticking to his forehand too. He's just trying to beat his first bowl. I think he could be a little bit long with this one, Gary.
Well, if he is, he's going to cover the one at the back, which won't be so bad.
Again, got beautiful line on both his bowls, as Nathan, hasn't he? And,
looking at that, you just don't know who shot, do you? Because of the, I don't know whether we can look out the side window there, but that's not that easy to tell.
No, that's for sure.
Can be a little bit visually deceptive, can't it, Brian?
It certainly can be, my friend, and I'll just try and give you some...
Of course, Lurchie came back from Perth a couple of weeks ago after winning the Everest.
Yep.
And
at the moment, the girls from Elliott Heads are in front 4-3 after 4 ends. And I'm just trying to find out who's in front in the playoff. It is Gracemere in front 5-1 at this stage after 4 ends. Gracemere in front over the Marlin Coast.
And with the other game of the Bribie Island, I'm just looking now, I think it's...
it looks like 5-2 from here.
I think that's what I can see.
5-2 by the way. After 4
Bribie
ends.
Island girls are in front. I've got a clear view of the scoreboard with the glasses. Yes, it is. The Bribie Island girls, Yolanda Ackroyd and Annie Studd, they're leading Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng from South Suburban Mackay 5-2.
5-2.
Now that's after, let me look again, 4 ends, is it?
After 4 ends, Gary,
4
yes.
ends it is.
So the game's only early, so we're trying to keep you up to date on all the scores if we possibly can. As we see this next bowl here, Jason Moore looking very good. A nice correction on his first bowl, just starting to come into the head now. Bit of a trail. It's very good to Johnny Newell. Yes, just trail it back there. So definitely 2, if not 3 shots to the combination of Johnny Newell and Jason Moore. So we see
the gold medal play game for the ladies. I can see that Hofstetter and Campbell are 4, and the Logan and Reed are 3 on 4 ends. But
beautiful bowl there by Andrew Howie. A lovely correction there. It's part and parcel of this great game of ours. Yard correction. First one probably 4 or 5 foot short. And his next one is Jack High. So lovely bowl there. Lovely correction. So
this is going right to the wire, Brian.
I think it will too, mate. I'll tell you, I don't write off these two. These two blokes from Hamilton, mate. I think they're 2 very accomplished players. The same as the ladies. Once again, too. See, once again, this team from Elliott Heads, slight advantage at this stage. I know it's a long way to go, but looking at the results from the last couple of games, mate, you'd expect the girls from Mount Gravatt to come out all firing, mate.
Yeah, sure would.
A long way to go, of course. You don't get excited this time of the game. You wait till the last 4 ends, mate, don't you?
Well, that's it. Well, Wendy and Laurel Hofstetter, they won all their games. They won all their round robin games. But the girls from the Gateway, they dropped one game by just one shot.
Yeah, mate.
They still made the final with the big win they had in the third round. But
so we see Nathan here just trying to come around here again.
I think he's got a pretty decent bowl, hasn't he?
Yeah, just going to pull up in a nice home. Yeah, it's not a bad spot there.
Well,
Maybe
that's
just a couple of foot too long. So
that'll be a measure. No one's indicated, but that's a measure between his and Jason's bowl on the right hand side. So Johnny's gone out pretty wide with this one.
yeah, it's a bad bowl by John. There's very uncharacteristic of him. He's
Well,
normally a
not as good
very
as yet,
tidy lead that he builds ahead beautifully for his skips as a rule. He's been playing great bowls. I said he's had a couple of big wins over in Perth. So full of confidence, Gary, as this man here should be too.
Yeah. Well, he played very well again. He might still be just running through a tad, is he?
Oh, don't think so.
I'm not sure that they count.
He's gripping him pretty well, mate.
He sure is.
But not only is Nathan in fine form, his pocket should be filled too, mate.
Well, I mean, it all depends on the share system they have working over there. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure that he's come home with as much as was advertised.
Yeah.
I don't know how they... how are you, mate?
Pretty good invention.
Oh,
yeah, well... So we see definitely got one shot there, Gary, maybe two. These two yellow bowls, I think I favour Jason's wing bowl there. I think it could be a bit closer there, just looking at it from this angle anyway. So
I like the bowl on the right for second shot. That's
yeah, I do too. So I think Jason will probably stick with his forehand here, because if he trials that kitty or even just sets that out, he'll probably have two, if not three shots. So
well, if you like Jason's bowl on the right hand side, the blue bowl,
yep,
you've probably got to get excited about the orange bowl that's out
true.
there with him, which is Johnny Newell's.
But I think he'd find that he'd be looking just to trail that kitty over to those bowls, mate. And he just threw it a little bit wide, but definitely had the right weight. I think he thought the wind would work a little bit better there. So we see Andrew really needs to change his head around slightly and possibly even just trail the kitty.
He's holding one at the moment, so he'd be more than happy with that. And if he gets onto the gate here, he's likely to. Well, I don't think he has to. He's drawn another one.
He's drawn another bowl instead, mate.
That's a great shot.
Well,
shot, Andrew.
Nathan's even clapped that one and said, "Well done, son."
Oh, Andy would have knocked him out if he hadn't. What do I have to do?
Yeah, no, it was a beautiful bowl there.
Ungrateful bugger.
You got that right, my friend. No,
then
it's a good idea though here of Jason, just to slow things down and come down and have a bit of a look, mate.
Well, I mean, they all do it, don't they? They're entitled to.
Yeah.
Lukey Day's watching, along with Clinton Bailey. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Shouldn't Clinton Bailey be doing some work?
Oh, no, he doesn't work. He's just he's a professional bowler, isn't he?
I tell you what. How you going, Clinton? Good to have you on board, my friend.
Alan Law's loving the coverage guys shared with a few hundred or more.
Good on you, Alan. Great man.
Don't share it too far, mate. All of our equipment might break down. We'll have nothing to do.
We've got plenty to do in the next month, Gary. We're bringing a lot of bowls to the bowling community in the next few months.
Well, I'll let you guys talk about that, because we'll be all over. I think we've got the Division 1 pennant.
Playoffs from Tweed Heads Bowling Club.
The State Division 1 pennant playoffs from Tweed Heads.
Ladies and men. We see Jason's going to draw this on the forehand. I tell you what, he's tracking pretty well at the moment too. He's got a good-looking bowl here. Any movement on this front bowl?
Oh, mate,
gee,
how could you play a shot like that?
How unlucky was that? To think you had to wait all that time for him just to miss it, mate. How scary is that?
Well, at least we all know we can hold our breath for 16 seconds, don't we?
We do now, mate, don't we? Do. That's absolutely magnificent bowl, so... Bad luck there, Jason. You couldn't have played it any better, my friend. And, of course, not taking anything away from Andrew Howie's last bowl. It was absolutely a bottler. Now, this is where Andrew could really make 5 shots here, Gary, for a little trail.
Well, he'd be trying to do it. Don't you worry about that. John Stebbins is watching. Good afternoon, John. Tyler Pettigrew. Good afternoon, Tyler. And the other... Oh, well, he wouldn't be happy with that, would he?
See you on the weekend, Tyler. Hope you're rolling up, my friend.
Michael Blake is watching.
Michael, my co-commentator, up in Townsville. G'day, Michael. How are you, mate?
Peter Bryan has joined the coverage.
Peter, all the way from Broaders at Bowling Club. How are you, Peter? Always good to have you on board. One of our hard-working Gold Coast Tweed District officials. Chairman of Match Committee.
Lenny Jaffray's there. Well, I think Lenny watches every day, doesn't she? She turned all those silly ladies' programs off the TV in the middle of the day. And, well, they call them doctors and nurses or something.
That's the one, mate. She's seen enough of doctors and nurses the last few months, poor old Lenny.
Yeah, well, that's one of the TV program I was referring to.
She's seen them in real life. It's a nice start there from Nathan Rice there, Gary. Just a couple of feet in behind the head. Very workable bowl there, still standing on these on the run.
Well, every time Lurchy's come down with a decent shot here, Johnny Newell's been right up to the task, isn't
Just
he?
like that, eh?
Oh, well, that's the sort of thing that he's been doing.
Gee whiz. It's the trouble with these Kiwis. They want to win all the time, Gary. Except for Saturday night, Robbie. I just wanted to bring up the rugby again for you, son, that's all.
And Roy Campbell's watching from Jandaway.
Jindawi.
Jandawi, is it?
Good on you, Roy. How are you, my friend?
And Chris Cooper. I'm not going to repeat what you've just said, Chris. Loving the work, guys. Well, I said I wasn't going to do, but I am, aren't I? Loving the work, guys. Gee, it's unusual for you to be the quiet one in the commentary box, Brian.
Always, my friend.
Oh.
I'm glad you've noticed.
Holy hell, now I'm coming in and jumping out of trees to knock me now.
That's it, mate.
Ooh, and Johnny slipped through the little
Just
gap
slipped
there.
through the gap there, yes.
But Lurchy's definitely got the shot, and they're leading 8-5, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no, it's going very well there. So we've got, if you can share it out there, ladies and gentlemen, get this great game of ours out to as many people as we possibly can, it'd be absolutely marvellous. And just reiterating too, for the next 2 days, I won't be here, but we've got Gary Thomas ably leading the commentary team with Robbie Allen, the director of everything.
Yeah, COE.
COE.
Charge of everything.
Charge of everything. Got a new title. COE. Does a great job, does our Robbie. See Andrew here playing his backhand.
Well, none of this would happen if it wasn't for him, I'll give you the tip.
Oh, you got that right.
Now, Andrew's
he's turned
played
his
his
back on
backhand.
this.
He has too.
He obviously knew it wasn't going to be there.
He knew better than us.
Sam Clough's on board. G'day, Sam. How are you, my friend? Great to have you on board.
He's always hanging around, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
He's a very knowledgeable man, Sam.
Mate, got a lot of time for Sam. He's
And
done a lot of good.
I've already acknowledged the fact that he's one of my go-to men on Facebook when it comes to wanting to have a look at this shot.
What a beautiful bowl here.
From Jason. Oh, my goodness. What a... You know, this is just getting spooky, isn't it?
Well, that was a great bowl. A bit unlucky there with the result, but
I think he's still one down. I think Lurchy's back bowl's the shot, isn't it?
yeah, it looks that way there. I'd favour that as shot there, but really they can't play. Or I don't think. Well, Lurch could probably play the backhand there. He's come in between there, but he's taking the sensible option of calling Andrew on his forehand. So
yeah, well, he didn't want to run into the orange bowl of John's, did he? If he's got the run in his legs, he's going to be mighty close here. Oh, how could you play such a good bowl and not get it?
Not get
no,
it.
just saying, Sammy Clough, he's one of those sorts of guys that he's been around bowls a long time, Brian.
Yeah, not too long. He's not that old.
Well,
he's not as old as you.
He's a sort of bloke that knows a lot of stuff that, you know, you want to know, but you're not game to ask.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But he gets onto Facebook, and I commented one day that we used to rely on the fellow up the Gold Coast called Greg Kelly, the late, great Greg Kelly.
Yes.
Remember Greg?
I know Greg very well, mate. It's very sadly missed by
passed away some years ago now. I think it was 3 or 4 years perhaps.
Yep.
And they've got the Greg Kelly of the fours in honour of his memory.
Yep.
Well, there was nothing in the bowl scene around Australia that Greg Kelly didn't know.
That's ever so true,
Now,
mate.
up to a point, Cluppy's taken over that role.
Yep.
And I, in terms of the male people, I know there's some other ladies that do a lot of work like that too.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you want to know anything about what's happening in bowls, you click on the Lawn Bowlers Australia website on their Facebook site.
Yep.
The LBA Facebook site. It's just not a personal plug for Sam. It's a plug for the site in general.
Absolutely, mate.
And you can, if you want to find something out about lawn bowls, I'll guarantee you, Cluppy will know.
Yep, no, good man, mate.
Look at
Nathan
that.
just got a little straighten up.
He just got a nice
As
little...
I said to Chrissy Pavlov this morning, I said, there's no luck in bowls, there's pure skill. And that took a lot of skill to get that.
Oh, well, you can only get... Look, I've said this about Lewis before in some previous games we've done. You only get those sorts of shots when you've got the right weight.
Yeah, that's ever so true, mate. That's ever so true, Gary. Johnny just a little bit wide with this one here.
Yes, he is.
But,
well, I'm not too sure whether the Helensvale boys got one or two, but they wouldn't be that interested. They wouldn't be really concerned because it's not. You've just got to play a perfect shot on either hand to draw this, haven't you?
ever so true. Thanks for those kind words, Jeffrey. It is a good coverage, mate. It's just an absolute fantastic being able to bring you this great game of ours when you know that you people can't make it up here. And I know you're a great supporter of the Helensvale Hawks, and great to have you on board watching, mate. And also does a bit of commentary when we're stuck, Jeffrey O'Meara. Great man, he and his lovely wife, Philo.
If he's married with the Hawks, he's probably cheering his head off now because Lurchy's just drawn another one.
He did, but he got it clean this time. I tell you what, Johnny Newell's got this one here very well pointed, mate. He's going to just slide it around. I thought he may have just had enough weight there just to give his bowl there a bit of a rock.
Oh, no.
Oh, I tell you what, it's not a pretty handy location there for Johnny.
The boys have gone down for the low five there, so they're pretty confident they'd be holding at least two.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, so let's see what happens here. I think Andrew just drew another one on his forehand, I assume here, Gary. I don't think you'll do anything silly. You just got to sneak around that pack.
I don't know that he'd be wanting to play the backhand, would he? Because he's only got to touch that orange bowl of Johnny Newell's, and with any wrong sort of weight, he's not going to be happy. But the safer option is where he's coming now, is on the forehand, of course. And that's what he's done. Now, it all rests, because his grass is damn good and Lurchy's getting interested. It all rests now on his weight. And he's just...
He had a magnificent line there, Gary.
He did that before, didn't he?
He had a magnificent line.
He just dropped on that other blue one.
I mean, you expect bowlers from that from Robbie Allen, the way they're grouped. But the only thing is, though, Robbie would have the kiddies sitting just an inch behind those two bowls. That's the only thing, though. Eh?
You keep revving him up all right, don't you? Hey?
Someone has to, mate.
How much does he owe you?
Fortune. I'll get it off him one day, mate. It's all good fun.
No, Robbie's been on his best behaviour today. He does get cranky with us for a reason, I guess. Now, what's happened here?
Sit and stay.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I think that could be shot.
That would have to be shot.
Now, what's Lurchy indicated? He's having a decent look at this. The fingers are coming out.
Hello. You can tell he's not a butcher.
No, and he's going to be looking at this, and I reckon I might still have one. Now, he's gone back to the other one. What's he indicating? He's told Andrew.
I think he must have said to him, you want to know, you come down yourself and have a look.
I'm stuffed if I know.
You come down here and have a look. It's got nothing to do with me.
Look, he's thrown his hands out the side. He said, I haven't got a bloody clue. So Andrew's come down, and Jason's come down with him.
He's even given Lurchy his bowl.
He said, hang on to this, I don't want to drop it on the head and lose an 8. So Lurchy's walked well away with it. Got it tucked under his arm.
Yes, could be classified as an air swing.
No. Well, Andrew's having a look, and he said, I think my fingers are better than yours.
Well, quite realistically, mate, he needs another close bowl because Jason's just got to play the same bowl again. He'll end up with 2, if not,
Well, yeah.
I mean, if he plays weight onto that green bowl, he's quite capable of slicing the kitty over to their 3 shots there. So I don't think Jason's going to be short. So
I don't know that Andrew will be either.
No. Well, Andrew's not as tall as Nathan, though.
Well, not too many people are they?
Yeah, so anyway, of course we've got you just got to come around like he's played 2 beautifully line bowls, just lacking about 2 foot of weight, really, Gary, hasn't he?
Yeah, well that's it. And he's just got to play that similar line, trying to get back to. Oh, I don't know if he's wide enough, is he?
Yeah, it depends upon his weight, mate.
Compared to his other 2, well, he might be. I could be totally wrong here, and I've been wrong before. But is he sneaking around? He is, but he didn't run enough.
Gee whiz, Alan.
Yeah.
Again, he had a beautiful line on that, Gary.
Well, the fact that he hasn't played with any aggression there on either hand, he might consider that they still have the shot. Lurchy's back bowl could still be shot.
Well,
and I don't think Johnny Newell's got the faintest idea, and neither's Jason. They're just going back there to say, well, who cares?
yeah, we'll have to get a measure on this pretty soon.
Well, I think when the 4 players have come out and done the finger measure, I don't think there's any choice but to just say, well, look, where's the umpire?
Yeah, we're down. But I mean, Jason does not have to change his shot. He's just got to play the same shot as he played last time.
Exactly.
And he played it so well. Just the same amount of weight.
So here he comes.
He could end up with 2 or 3 shots out of this.
He could do.
So if he goes onto that green bowl of his, that last one.
And if he hits it too hard, it could be 2 down.
That's the bottom line.
So here he comes, and he's looking a bit wider than he was before.
Yeah, and a bit long too, mate. So we're going to find out who's got shot here, mate.
Are they going to go down to me? Yeah, Lurchy's got the measure.
Must be pretty close then, if that's the case.
Well, you don't often see Lurch measuring, do you? He's usually up the other end skipping.
Yes.
But this is the way they decided to play, and they've obviously had great success at it. And here they are again.
They played this combination, Gary, all the way through the the pairs. The same as, you could say Wayne Turley and Kurt Brown.
Yeah.
Wayne skipped the 4s, yet Kurt skipped the pairs.
Yeah, now I think one bowl, one shot, was it? See, that's
we're about to find out because Andrew's just gone to the board.
I said that right from the start, that I thought that from where we're sitting, it would appear to me that shot of Nathan's.
Yes, it is one shot,
one.
9-5, so 9-5, so very close, and there's a good crowd here again today, Gary.
They're packed
enjoying
to the
this
rafters,
bowl.
mate. They're packed to the rafters.
Well, mate, plenty of people sitting inside the clubhouse with a cold beverage in their hand, so it is warm up here in North Toowoomba Bowls Club. And as I said, ladies and gentlemen, anyone within the region of North Toowoomba, if you want to see some great game of bowls, I recommend that you get along here as fast as you can, because there's some incredible bowls being played here. See a beautiful start here by Nathan Rice.
Well, there he comes again. Look at this.
Yep.
And once, when we get heading back after this end, when we get the camera back on the other angle, we'll run across the scoreboards for you.
See how we go with that one.
Because we'll be able to tell you from inside. If you have a look at the top right of your screen, you see that little blue sort of in the window. That is the front little advertising tablecloth for the media team, and we are directly behind there.
What I'll do, just to tell the visitor, I'll point to it. There we are there, Gary.
That's it. Just where that lady's delivering.
Oh, what a beautiful bowl there by Nathan Rice.
Have a look at this.
2 lead bowls. My Godfather, they're absolutely crackers, aren't they?
We're in air-conditioned comfort there, Brian, aren't we?
We certainly are, my friend.
We're out of the wind, and all these kids are out here whacking away in the heat.
The only hot air's coming out of our mouths, mate. See a nice reply here from John Newell too.
Johnny Newell, that's a lovely shot.
Yeah, lovely. It's the 3rd shot. Like 9 times out of 10, mate, with this type of windy conditions, that would probably be shot.
Wow.
But not when you're playing Nathan Rice.
Not when you're playing Lurchy.
No.
You put a bowl 6 inches and you think, geez, I'm happy with that, and Lurch will draw 2 inside you.
Yep, no, that's for sure. G'day, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the telephone cast. G'day, Cole. How are you, mate? Good to have you on board, my friend. And Michael. And Lorraine.
Now, Andrew's...
Brady Harris is watching. G'day, Brad. How are you, mate?
Brad, yeah, good afternoon from me. And Andrew's waving us back in like a police constable. I don't know if he's going to get back, is he?
Mate, I don't think he's going to come back, but I think he just wants something in behind the head.
Well, it's not going to hurt him, is it?
Well, probably not on that side of the line, though, Gary. I think because you find these Jason and John will be attacking this basically on the forehand, so they really needed something on the other side of the line, mate.
Yeah,
and,
that could be a good thought.
Jason, his bowl's starting to work nicely now. It's starting to come back.
Have a look at this.
Not far away at all. What a bowl here by Jason Moore. Oh, just fell out. And Jesse Turnbull, how are you, buddy? How's things, mate? And Ron Lewis enjoying the game. And Peter, how are you, Peter?
Andrew's just ducked underneath the head. He's had tremendous weight here. Look at that.
Yeah, that's the ideal weight, isn't it, Gary?
Yeah,
He just cut his grass slightly,
Yeah.
mate, you know, but
Under the head he went.
just under the head he went, mate. It's really been some superb bowls. Like, look at this for a head, mate. It's not too scrappy at all. And Jason's not far away with this one.
he's
It's
got
starting
another-
to come
he's
home
got
real
another good
nicely.
bowl, hasn't he?
I reckon he's got the kitty with this one.
No, he hasn't.
There you go. One shot,
Got the shot, but he didn't get the kitty. Yeah, Nathan's confirmed that he one down. Well, that's great bowling, Jason.
Absolutely, mate. Played that
Yeah.
with beautiful weight. Just
Well,
set that
you have
ball
a
through
look
the
at-
head.
You have a look at those four bowls there. You got Nathan had two absolute crackers,
And he's one down.
and Jason's drawn
And
two
he's-
absolute bombs, and he's got one.
He's one down after playing with two magnificent bowls.
Well,
like that.
Nathan doesn't have to change too much. He's just got to do what he did with his first two. And he hasn't quite done what he did, but he's played certainly more weight, hasn't he?
This is probably the luxury of having a person like Nathan Rice, Gary, who normally skips for the Helensvale Bowls Club as a rule, and as well as Queensland and Australia. But when you have a person of his calibre, not only leading the way he is, we see a good bowl here from John Newell too. Just bowl. Here's a beautiful bowl by Johnny
He
Newell.
could be unlucky.
I reckon that's two shots, mate.
I reckon he could even be one down.
I don't think so.
He can't have two. No way known he's got two.
You watch this.
I mean, you got blokes in these tournaments who have fellow of the capabilities of Nathan Rice, who's leading, and then you go back and consider you've got our great friend Kelvin Kirkow in the fours who's playing second.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get any better than that, does it?
No, that's for sure. I think Nathan's coming down to have a bit of a look here by the looks of things.
Well, I think Andrew's called him down. He said, well, this is what we might have to do here.
But this is the luxury, as I was saying, Gary, as I started the conversation, of having a person of Nathan Rice's experience now taking hold of the third position. You know, I mean, this is where a lot of people make the mistake, is that they'll pick a really good lead. But
Now, what's
but
happening
9
here?
times.
Just
Well,
hang
they're
on.
checking back bowl there of Johnny Newell's, which is right on the line.
Well, I think Nathan's bowl ran right.
Sorry,
out there,
Nathan's
didn't it?
bowl. I should say it's Nathan's bowl, mate. Yes, it is too. But I
Well,
think
they
they're just
might
checking that to see if it's in or
it's
out.
still in. Yeah, okay. Well, he played that little, overweighted shot to try and disturb things, didn't he?
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Oh, now hang on.
You can put the binoculars on this
Well,
one.
I'll give me an opportunity to see if I can. Now, let's see what's happening over on this. Now, this is the bronze medal playoff for the men.
It's 9-5
Martin and Hall.
from Gracemere.
Gracemere at 9, and Walford and Mitch Stiles from Far North Queensland, I believe, are 5.
Yes, they're from.
And that's on Marlin Coast.
Marlin
that's
Coast.
on after 6 ends.
Yep.
Now, the main match. No, it's not. It's the bronze medal playoff for the ladies. Is Ackroyd and Stud are 8, and McCall and Meng from Mackay are 4, and that's after 6 ends.
Okay, so that's
And the gold medal for playoff for the ladies is, let me see, what have I got? Debbie Logan and Glennis Reid are 7, and Laurel Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell are 4, and that's after 6 ends. Now hang on, they're kicking bowls around a bit here, so they might be about to change that, but I'll come back to you with that score. But that's 7-4 in a gold medal ladies playoff. Okay. Now, after they've had this massive powwow, what did Lurchy do with his last bowl?
I don't know. I was looking at the scoreboard.
Yes, so was I. He dropped short by the looks of it.
Well, it looks, it looks that way too, Gary. Yeah. So we got. I don't know what Jason can do here to add to the account. Oh,
Well,
sorry, I should say John. I beg your pardon.
He's got to be a bit careful, hasn't he? Because he don't want be touching that, springing that shot out in the open too.
Well, he's taken the right option here, Gary, in my opinion. I think he's going around the back there. I think it's a very sensible.
Well, it proves one thing for all, that the blue bowl in front must be shot.
Well, it's absolute, but also too, just to fill in the viewers, I just watched that bowl of John's just drop into the ditch there, Gary.
Well, he's trying to get behind because they must believe that the blue bowl is shot. So they're thinking here that Andrew is going to be playing a certain degree of weight to try and move the jack back to his own bowl, which is about 4 foot behind. Now, I think his weight's quite satisfactory, but he's
just a bit wide, mate.
He is indeed, but at least if he gets this shot, he can play a little heavier now.
Well, he can, but he's got a good couple of backwards there now, mate. So he's really set himself up, hasn't he? You know what I mean?
Well, this is the sort of covering shot that Jason needs to.
Yeah.
He's got to get in behind there as well, just to make sure that if the kitty does come back, at least his bowl's going to be in the mix there somewhere.
And last round results. Well, Jason and John went through undefeated, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a mighty mean feat in this type of competition. It really is, Gary.
You can't deny that
when you have this calibre of players.
And Jason's played an excellent shot here. This is just fantastic the way he split those two bowls.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bowl there,
and
mate.
He's played just the right sort of grass to come back and be a perfect cover. Now Andrew's playing a fair bit of weight here.
I tell you what, he's pretty well close to this. His bowl should start working now.
Is he going to come back? He might get a piece of the jack. He didn't. No.
How unlucky is that? You couldn't have played that much better, Gary, with all due respect.
Pain crept into the game there.
Yeah.
So Jason's coming down for another bit of a look at this.
Well, you can't blame him here because, I mean, if he rocks on his bowl there, Gary, Nathan's bowl could go out the head.
Yep.
The only thing he's got to watch, and this is where the danger lies, as you can see, that just as long as the kitty doesn't move.
He doesn't want the jack to go anywhere.
Well, if he slices the kitty, he could go 2 down, couldn't he? You know what I mean?
Well, he's only got to touch the jack, and he could end up going down with the back bowl of Andrews.
Yeah.
But as you say, if he plays this shot absolutely spot on,
he can end up with a few shots here, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, he'd end up with 3 for sure.
Yes, that's for sure. So
if he managed to land on his own blue bowl and rock Nathan's back, 2 or 3 rolls.
And quite realistic, Gary, you've been playing this game as long as I have, and you realise early in the game, these are the shots you've got to play, aren't they?
Well, you try them, don't you?
Well, you have to. You have to, don't you? You have no choice.
You try them and say, well, this is the shot. But, generally speaking, it doesn't really matter usually what stage of the game you're at.
Sooner or later you've got to play a risky one.
I
tell you what, he's not far away from me.
Play the shot you think is going to give you the best result.
Yeah. No, a bit unlucky.
No,
but look at that head, though, Gary.
Only one.
Look at that head there, mate.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get much better than that, can you? You know what I mean?
Well, you can't get a better head and a beerer than that, can
That's
you?
for sure, mate. That's for sure, mate. Hey.
I've seen better heads than bowls than I have on a beer.
Yeah, that's for sure. I tell you what, though, I can't get over the colour of their water up here. You notice it's brown. It's got a bit of a head to it at times.
Oh, well, you mentioned that we were at Musgrave Bar.
Yeah, same thing, mate. The water's beautiful down there, too, just quietly. So we see Johnny...
Only one shot there, wasn't it?
Only one shot, yeah, mate.
Makes it 6-9.
6-9, yes, so it's still anyone's game. It's a long way to go yet. What a great afternoon of bowls we've got here for you. So
yep.
Absolutely fantastic.
This being the final day of the pairs, we've already completed the pause, and I'm sure that everybody knows the winners and losers there.
Yeah, you see a nice first up bowl here by John. Just going to sit in behind the head. Not going to be far away, or not behind shot. The head. He's going to sit jack high, I should say.
Jack high. These two, one of the amazing things is the 2 leads have been going hammer and tongs with their first bowl, haven't they? Whatever one has done, the other one's come back and usually matched it.
Well, ever so true, mate. His bowl just fell over.
Johnny Newell's bowl just fell over. I think Nathan's bowl got frightened and ducked out a bit further.
What are you doing to me?
So, he said, hang on, this bowl's alive. He's coming out to attack me. But, Here comes Johnny again. He's just he's overplayed just a little bit, but he's coming back in the match. Nathan's back bowl, so I'll never be going astray there.
No, that's for sure.
Now
Nathan's just got to correct just a little bit here,
just
mate.
trying to take 5 or 6 feet off, and I think he's taken some off, but maybe not enough.
Yeah, still going to be a great bowl there.
Oh, very handy, mate.
It'll fall over.
Oh, that's made it interesting.
It made it very interesting.
They've given them the low 5 on the crossover, so there could be
good beats.
Yeah, Nathan didn't have a real close look. But,
well, too many bowls to be played, mate. The trouble with these blokes that play bowls every day of the week, not like you or I, they get to play once or twice a week, and we're lucky, mate.
Yeah, you get a shot like that, and you celebrate for a month, don't you?
Mate, you would, mate.
You're too drunk. You're too drunk to play the next day.
That's why we got to have a week off.
I had such a fantastic bowl there. I'll have a month off to celebrate.
So anyway, we see Jason going to play his backhand, and very good, steady draw bowler, Jason Moore.
He's been playing extremely well too, Jason.
These two combine very well together.
Have a look at this.
Johnny Newell and Jason
Have
Moore.
a
What
look
a
at that.
beautiful bowl, Jason.
And he touched the jack too.
He's got a knocker.
Yeah, how do you like that, Lurchy?
Yeah.
Chop that.
Jeez, mate. If that was me, I'd have 2 months off now.
Oh, yeah, I'd never come back to bowl.
Retire.
I couldn't.
Rest on your laurels.
Stand up straight.
Hey? Rest on your laurels.
Here comes Andrew.
I think he's a bit wide with this one, mate.
He looks to be.
A bit wide.
His weight's okay, though, isn't it?
Yep.
Maybe not.
No, his weight's still just a little bit down, mate. So, nice attempt, though.
Okay, so Jason Moore from the Hamilton Bowls Club in the Brisbane district.
Yes, lovely little spot there. We often stay there as a Committee of Bowls Queensland, Gary, when we go up to our council meetings, and we have to stay the night, or we have a 2-day meeting. We stay just opposite Hamilton Bowls Club there, and normally go over there for dinner.
They're very close to the racetrack, aren't they?
Right beside the racetrack, Gary,
Well,
just
there you go.
outside. You'd be in heaven up there, my friend.
I would be. I can play a game of bowls and go to the race.
Jesus, mate. Jesus.
I wouldn't have to get in the car.
Well, the thing about it, though, too, is that we've been there. There's 2 wide bowls here by Andrew, which is very uncharacteristic of him. But
not like him, is it?
No, that's for sure. But one of the things that sometimes there's a lot of jockeys there drinking at night time, mate.
I reckon there would be.
So sometimes
trying to keep their weight down.
Trying to keep their weight down, mate. Yes, I've been there a few times, and there's been a few jockeys there, and you try and pick up their conversation and know what's going to win the next day, mate. But I won't tell you. I won't tell you, mate. I'll tell you.
They're very, they keep it close to their chest, don't they, those jockeys?
Yeah.
So here comes Johnny Newell with his 3rd bowl, and he doesn't look too bad to me.
I didn't say it was in Gateway Column. We said it was actually in a Brisbane district.
Well, have a look at this.
Beautiful bowl there.
Jason's removed his derby.
Beautiful bowl there by Johnny Newell, that's for sure.
So that's that'll be 3 shots now, will it?
Yep. G'day, Paul Ryan, Deanne Robinson. How are you? Lynn Jeffrey still watching.
Okay. So
I think Nathan's going to play a bit of weight here.
Yeah, Lurchy's been called to have a crack, and he might have one of them. He did.
He did.
And so that leaves the Hamilton boys holding 2 at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know whether Lurchy would be trying to bloody crack this again, would he?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes again, my friend.
Oh, mate, if he gets onto that blue bowl, well, then he's sort of weight. He's going to take his own clean out. He'll be 3 or 4 down.
Yeah, but no one Lurchy wouldn't be looking at that. He'd be looking at the yellow, the orange one, mate.
Well, he would be, but, slips no go, isn't it?
No, that's for sure.
And he's going again, but that's actually probably not so bad because that orange bowl's. Yeah, well, if that hadn't been there, he'd have got his yellow one.
Yes, that's for sure. Clean as a whistle.
So they've got to be a bit careful here. I might just sneak out and have a...
Just tell us how they're rolling them up top. I see Sean Ingham's up there rolling up, mate.
Is he really? Well, I'm definitely not going up there.
Oh, dear. Jason having a good look at the head, and he and John just having a discussion on what should be played. Good value, Gary Thomas, I tell you. Good value. So we see Andrew down there already. I had to say what Jason's going to play here. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a bit of cover just in case Andrew does hit that front bowl. I wouldn't be fattening the target anymore if I was him anyway, because give him something to work off. So they could easily pick up a 4 here, possibly even 5 if Andrew takes out the wrong bowl and goes too quick. So no, Nathan's telling him to draw it off, so very advisable, that's for sure. He's a little bit underdone grass line with this one, Andrew Howie. Yep. I didn't have the weight anyway for what he was after. So the score between the Marlin Coast and Gracemere, it is 9-all. And I just saw one of the boys from Gracemere play an absolutely magnificent shot there as a resting toucher, so they're holding one on the head. Jason coming down. I'm pretty sure he's trying to put one round the back here, but I don't think Andrew's really in the situation where he can attack this head too much, because if he does, they could drop quite a few. I think his only choice really is to draw it off, in my opinion. They're 2 down, but he's just got to draw it off. He likes this, he's following it down, so got it very well grassed anyway. Maybe just not going to come back from there. It's starting to work now, starting to work. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what a great bowl for a bad luck. Play that absolutely beautiful. Gee whiz, how unlucky is that? He just got the edge of that. If he said any movement there, and he probably would have had 3 shots. So I think they're going to call an umpire over here by the looks of it. I think they're going to get a decision. Yep, here comes the umpire. Okay, fellas, once you call the umpire, get out the road. They have. Pretty close using calipers, so it must be pretty reasonably. We'll see what happens here, see what they come up with. Just give you a quick run around the other scores at the combination of Glennis, Reed and, let's get the binoculars here, Debbie Logan are in front. 9-5 over the Elliott Head ladies of Campbell and Hofstadter. Out on the bronze medal match, it is 11-6 to the Bribie Island combination over the Mackay ladies. And as I said previously on the men, it's 9-all on 18s by the looks of it. So no one's winning that one, Gary. Welcome back, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you, my friend. And
how's Nugget rolling up there, mate?
I didn't go up there. I'll catch up with him later. I'll get sidetracked if I get up there and start talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just come back and I've seen the Spice Girls out on the side there. They're cheering on their far north Queensland Marlin Coast.
Ah, yes.
Sammy, that's Emma Spicer and Trish, her mother.
Yes, lovely ladies, mate. It's great to see Trisha down here representing the Marlin Coast.
She is in the singles.
In the singles. Well done to Trish. We see a lovely first up bowl there once again by John Newell there, Gary. And
got another pretty handy shot here too.
Just going to run out of legs, I think.
He's going to run into Nathan, does he?
Yeah.
And Nathan's just got to try and correct his line a bit there. He should be able to still.
Last bowl, I don't know if you saw it, Gary, but last bowl of Andrew Howie.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I
very,
was outside.
very, mate. He actually caught the edge of his bowl of the kitty, which is exactly what he wanted.
Now, Lurchy's tightened his line. Is he going to slip off this? And I think he will.
Yeah.
He did.
Yep.
Well, see, that's the sort of, you know what, you get that, don't you?
It certainly do. So
but Ricey gets his fair share of those little slides, and the reason I've seen it quite a few times over different matches he plays, but that's primarily because his weight's always so good.
Yes, that's true. We see.
I remember he played a game. What was it? Might have been the
everywhere Robbie goes, there's people standing in front of the board.
Oh, here we go.
We got the three boards
When
there.
you get outside with these 4B2, that usually frightens them, doesn't it?
It certainly does, mate. Now he knows how we feel when we're trying to get scores. Happens to us all the time. See Jason, I'll tell you what, he's going to slip under this one. No, he's just going to be around it.
He's going to sort of jam the two of them, is he? You
Yeah.
know? But I remember when I think it was the game that Nathan and Andrew, when they won the zone, the zone playoff to reach this far.
Yep.
I never. Nathan played he played sensationally that day. The last time I saw him that many wicks was the night I went to Carol's by candlelight.
Is that right, mate?
Oh,
Wicks,
mate, they were everywhere.
Wicks galore.
Oh, he had more wicks than Carol's by candlelight.
There's the score there. It's
14 to. I can see the 14. Okay, but here we go. 14-9, and that's the girls, isn't it?
no, that's the man.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
Jason Moore just missed that. I tell you what, he couldn't have been much closer than that. Gee whiz.
Yeah, that's the Marlin Coast boys from far north Queensland leading 14-9.
Over the Gracemere combination.
Well, they had a terrific win this morning. They won about 35 to 10 or something.
Is that right? Yeah, no.
Which got them into this particular stage of the bronze medal playoff.
Yeah, very good bowl there by Andrew Howie. He's got shot, and he could see some danger there. The way the Hamilton boys from the Brisbane district are trying to chase this white kitty. So he's a very handy bowl there by.
Now, looking at that head, I feel the shot that I'd be wanting to play would be a forehand shot from Lurch.
Well,
he's either trying to nestle off that orange bowl, or if he's a little bit under, he can turn Andrews up.
But yeah,
Here
John,
comes a little bit of heaviness here.
Yeah, I think he's too.
I think he might be.
Yeah, too narrow, mate. He basically knew that the moment he let it go.
Well, I think he did. He didn't turn his back on it, which is not such a bad idea, even that it's not going to get the result
As you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, the amount of people inside the clubhouse. They're
lined up like chooks on a fence, aren't they?
Yeah, mate, just about to be let out. So you got that right, mate.
I don't know anything about this game because he's played the hand I didn't think he would.
Well, he's just going to try and come inside his bowl, though, Gary.
He's done
like
it.
He has that done too,
Almost.
mate. Yeah, well, that's two shots,
Well,
mate.
that's two.
So John can be a little bit more aggressive here now if he wanted to be.
His aggression doesn't need to improve, his grass does.
Yes. Well, he's having a good look at this one.
He's still going to go through that hole, isn't he, unless he clicks off this, which isn't down. Now, well, that's how Nathan got the shot, so that's fair.
Well,
That's fair.
I reckon that takes a lot of skill to get it
That's
that
fair.
way, mate.
That's how Nathan got it in the first place.
Yes,
There's only one down.
Now, all Nathan has to do, though, is just draw this.
Yeah, well, he's coming on his forehand now. Well, I don't know if he likes it. He
It's too wide, mate.
He grimaced a bit, didn't he? Well, that's wide and heavy, but other than that, it's not a bad bowl.
Well, in actual fact, it's not light. It came right back on the line, Gary,
back
didn't
to
it?
the line.
Came back to the line, mate. But just probably the weight, mate, you know.
This is 8-9. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts.
Yep. This is be a very intriguing. I mean, I still think the shot to play, though, Gary, if it was me. I know they're one down. But I honestly wouldn't attack that bowl. I'd actually look just to draw it off.
Well, if they can do that now.
You draw that off, you could end up with 5 shots if you move it far enough.
Certainly, well, depending on the angle he's coming in.
Well,
on.
the angle I'm looking at taking it, of course, to the right hand side.
I think he'd be bringing all those bowls of Nathan's in.
That's right. That's right. And plus, also probably Andrew's grey one there towards the back. You know.
Well, this is where experience and ability comes into it. And if he's good enough to be able to do this, you got to take your hat off, haven't you?
Well, this is the thing, Gary. I got 1 out of 2. I got the experience, mate, but I got no ability, my friend. So anyway, see, wouldn't be surprised if Jason's just trying to cover this shot.
Well, I think he kind of predicted the sort of shot that Andrew is going to try.
Come on, just a bit
so
more.
He needs to get in amongst these bowls of.
Yeah, but that's a very good.
That's what he's done.
And that's a good bowl there, mate. That's a good skips bowl. You know?
Now Andrews, I don't know if he'll be charging at this because he could end up knocking his own out.
That's correct, mate. He's got to
just
draw it off.
Try and draw it off.
Yep.
And touch the kitty round the corner. He's looking at this, and he sort of shut his eyes and said, "Bloody hell, what have I done here, Nate?" See, his weight's terrific, isn't it?
Yeah,
with that sort of weight.
Absolutely ideal there, Gary. Just
he's going to trundle that kitty right back across to Nathan's bowls. Yeah, Jason's he's scratching his head here. He doesn't know what to do.
Yes, he's.
I don't know whether to try and draw another shot or try and stop them from getting it.
Getting it, yeah. See, it's going to be a pretty.
But once again, ladies and gentlemen, I will repeat this special news that concerns the singles for those that haven't heard me before. The singles starts tomorrow, and all the round robin games are going to be played tomorrow and Wednesday. The beauty of it is that the finals are going to be played on Thursday morning and afternoon. So they're going to have the women, I believe, in the morning, and the men are going to. Now that's a tremendous bowl there. That is an absolute cracker from Jason Moore.
Absolutely, mate. He's put that right in exactly where he had to put it. I mean, if he walked down there,
he couldn't have put it in a better spot.
He couldn't have put it in a better spot there,
You're
Gary.
absolutely right. And to get around those bowls, that he can, looking from the mat, all he can see is a massive bowls on the backhand side, and he's managed to draw around them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And finish exactly where he needed to.
Got a better line on this one here, Andrew.
Is he going to get back in time? He needs a bit of help off that, and he didn't get it.
Didn't get it, no.
Okay, so that's 9 all. But let me just finish this single situation. It's the first time this has ever happened, and we acknowledge the intelligence and the forward thinking of the match directing people for Bowls Queensland, who have decided to, instead of playing the ladies and men's singles at the same time, it's the final I'm talking about, they will play the ladies match first thing on Thursday morning, and once that's finished, they will then play the men's. And the beauty of the whole situation is that we are going to be able to live stream both finals.
That's fantastic, mate, isn't it?
Well, I mean, there's certain things that I think you should mention, and more than once, and I'll certainly have, because I just think it's an award-winning decision, which they've never done before. And the reason why they've never had to do it before is because I don't think they've had live streaming before.
Yeah, that's probably right too, mate. But it's going to be I mean, whoever makes the final. Just look at some of the people playing the singles. I mean, the great man himself in Colin Kelly, Sean Ingham, mate. You can just about name them all. They're just all champions of their region, mate. They're just.
I think the vagary of the draw is that only one of those bowlers that you've mentioned is going to be able to be in contention for making the final, because they're both in the same section.
Well, that's right. You got Gary Reardon from Chinchilla, Glenn Pitts from Swifts, Ben Walsh from Red Hill. Evan O'Rourke from the Burnett region. John Lennon from Gracemere.
The list goes on, doesn't it?
Oh, mate, just absolutely. Mike. I can't really see that. There's Keimer, I think, from the Proserpine Mackay region. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. I haven't got my glasses on. I do apologise. Sorry. Mike Kinnear, I beg your pardon.
Mike Kinnear, yeah.
See, Robbie's got his glasses on. See what happens when he's got his glasses on? He can see these things.
Yeah.
And of course,
Lurchy's got 2 shots here, by the way, Brian.
Yeah, no, we've got some got some wonderful matchups. And in the ladies, Gary, we've got Chloe Stewart. Of course, we all know Chloe. She just won the fours. Liz Perry, who plays out of the Salisbury club. She's just sitting over there beside us. She's been playing the pairs for the Cunningham district. Melissa Calvert from Roma. Melissa's been playing great bowls of late and very keen up-and-coming player of this great game of ours. It just goes on and on and on. Natlet Chant from the Waves, Caloundra Sunshine Coast, Wendy Jameson from Harvey Bay, Sandra Burgess from Bagara Bundaberg's one of my favourite destinations, Gary.
Bundaberg, we like Bundaberg. They've got a factory up there that makes some alcoholic drink. I can't remember what it is.
Do they? We might go there one day.
Apparently they
do. And Rebecca Pullen from Emerald, Leichhardt District. So just go there. And of course, Trish Spicer from the Marlin Coast.
One of the Spice Girls.
The Spice Girls, mate. Just an absolute wonderful array of talent there, mate. So doesn't matter what game you Blakes live stream tomorrow because I can't be here. I've got to go and do
it's not our decision.
Duties. So, but mate, some of the matchups and that are just going to be absolutely out of this world. Today, just the quality of bowls, Gary, in these type of conditions is absolutely outstanding to these athletes.
Now, Jason was previously 3 down.
And now he's 3 up.
He's
2 up anyway. That's a beautiful bowl by Jason Moore.
I don't know how these people do it.
Oh, mate.
Winners of this tournament last year, folks, were the very well-known people called Brett Wilkie and Aaron Sheriff. They won the men's. In 2017 was Greg John and Robert Hammond. Now, Robert Hammond he was here skipping the fours, wasn't he?
He certainly was, Robert.
This year. So
courteously known as Grinder to his mates.
Okay, Jaden Christie.
Andrew just trying to sneak under this one. He's just going to crash into it, is he?
Well, he might slide, but he didn't.
Not quite, no. Wanted a bit more weight for that, mate, didn't he?
Greg, what did I get there? Jaden Christie and Mark Casey won it back in 16.
Yep.
Wade Merzelberg and Joel Anderson in 2015. Daniel Stanton Cook and Darren McCracken from across the waves. Well, they used to be a Tan Teether, didn't they? And funnily enough, when Tan Teether went underwater in 2013, Stephen McNamee and Jason Underwater won the pairs. So there's some pretty bloody decent players amongst that group.
Oh, absolutely, Gary.
Brian, you wouldn't want to... If you beat any one of them, you'd be reasonably happy, wouldn't you?
Oh, mate. See another good-looking bowl here by John Newell, just slipping around the back, just going to be, again, his grass line absolutely spot on. So, these are two.
I think...
Gee, Nathan doesn't take long on the mat, does he? You know what I mean? He's tell you what, he's got a pretty good line. Is he going to sit inside this?
No.
No, he's going to punch it in for him.
Yeah, well, they've certainly had 2 anyway. They've certainly got 2 now.
Definitely got 2 now, mate. Yeah, no, that's for sure. So, but again, it's he's just trying to set this front bowl, I think, quite realistically. Though, Gary, if you just... John's going to add to the count here.
I think he's got better weight, but he might still be a little fraction out there, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Oh, well, it
fell
could
over.
Fall back in.
Could be, mate. Just looking at the camera angle.
Well, I'm
not 100% sure. So.
Well, we have to applaud the boys on their efforts here because they've kept well out of the way, haven't they?
Oh, mate, they've done a great job.
Camera angles and views. Is Nathan under this?
He's got it clean, mate.
He is.
But I must admit, I did have a bit of a talk to them before the game, mate. But you got 4 very experienced players out here, though, Gary.
Well,
very experienced.
Look, I know it's so difficult sometimes because they get totally excited watching a bowl coming in towards the head.
Well, even John Newell made that comment to me. He said, mate, we'll do the best we can, but every now and again we forget Brian.
We know. We know.
And I said, that's fine, mate, just as long as it's once every now and again. I said, we just like to see let the viewers have a good view of the of what's happening so they know what's going on.
Yeah, well we know what happens, and we don't go out and chastise them because...
Oh, no way in the world, mate. We'd never do that.
We like to just remind them, and 90% of the time they say, yep, we understand, we've got to do it. But then, all of a sudden they get excited and lean over their head and we can't see a thing.
That is so true. So,
is it Bundaberg that makes the flavoured coffee you guys drink? I think that's it. He's hit the nail on the head.
I do.
Roger Webb.
I do like my coffee, Roger. You know that?
Yep. Yes, I think that's it. I go all the way to Bundaberg to get their special coffee.
Mate, I just want to keep buying the jars off them all the time. It tastes that nicely, my friend.
Now, here's Jason Moore. He looks to be on a pretty decent line here. Is he going to dive enough? No, he won't.
Oh, gee whiz. That's close.
Hooly dooly. That he might have just turned that up enough to be the shot.
I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew plays his backhand here, Gary, looking for that teal bowl of.
Well, I think that's the only shot he's got.
I think that's what I'd be looking for that teal bowl.
It's not the only shot he's got, but it seemed to be the most sensible one.
Well, it would be. I mean, any movement on his bowls there, which are all in front, if he hits them too hard and that kitty goes back, he could drop 4, couldn't he?
He's going to be down a handful of oranges, isn't he?
That's the one, mate. Yeah. So Johnny's
got to get it to the banana out on the right side.
That's true. That's ever so true, my friend.
Okay.
I tell you what, Andrew likes this one.
He's in the right sort of area. He played an absolute bomb on the sand before, and he's done it.
Great bowl.
He's done it again.
3 shots, Nathan just said. But again, too, he's actually made that target better for Jason now, hasn't he?
Well, he's made the
Here it is. If he
result.
plays this again, he'll get this again.
The target's no different, but the result's going to be a lot better if he gets it. Because he's now got another bowl
He played
back
2
there.
in a row like that, mate.
Well,
See that?
They're holding 6 now, are they?
He got 2 in a row.
Well, see, coming this way about 4 or 5 ends ago,
Yes.
Andrew played exactly the same shot, didn't he?
Yeah, he did too, mate.
He played exactly the same shot.
Yep.
He had to sit that bowl through, which he did, and I think they ended up with 3 or 4. Well, certainly 3.
Big bowl here. Very big bowl. Could decide the match.
What size is it? Oh. I'm not sure about that, Jason. You?
Yeah, he's going to get a result from this.
Are you sure?
No. A bit unlucky there.
He's ended up knocking.
I actually could see that getting the side of the kitty there, Gary. You know what I mean?
He ended up knocking up one of Andrew's other bowls,
I think you'll find they've got 3 shots there already with Andrew still to play another bowl.
Yes.
Gary, by the looks of that there. But it said unlucky there. I actually thought he was going to get the edge of that kitty and slice it.
Oh, did you? I didn't think he was holding enough to get the jack, but I thought he might got a better result than he did.
So anyway, it's see a great bowl there from the skip from the Marlin Coast. Just played a great bowl. He was probably 3 down. I think he just ended up with 2 by the looks of that.
Well, that'll be Mitch Styles.
Yeah, he's just played a great bowl, mate. See Andrew here's got this one here very well pointed.
Well, Lurchy's gone down. He's having a look at this too.
Now listen.
Oh, he's turned that over.
What a great bowl. Might not count. Listen, we're going to have a guest commentator coming in with you for a minute, mate.
Yeah.
So you just keep this young boy in check, and we won't tell anyone who it is till he gets in the chair.
Bloody hell. He's finished his roll-up, has he? Sit down, Shawnee. Welcome to Toowoomba, my friend. We're welcoming to the microphone the one and only Sean Ingham. Good afternoon, Shawnee. Welcome to Toowoomba.
Good afternoon.
You've had a bit of a roll-up, mate, have you, upstairs?
Yeah, we had a little practice there. It wasn't long, but got the cobwebs out of the road.
Who are you rolling up with?
Myself.
Oh, just you. You didn't have an opponent, you just...
No.
Well, you would have been holding 4 every end.
Yeah,
That's a good start, isn't it?
I was happy with how it went.
Now, listen, you're going to have to stop ringing Robbie at 4 o'clock in the morning because it wakes me up as well.
No, you see, it's a group chat, Gaz, and if you want to be part of the
okay.
group, you've got to deal with it, you know?
At 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, these things happen.
No, they don't.
Sorry, Robbie.
Okay, so...
It was a group call.
All righty. Johnny Newell's holding a very good shot here, and Nathan's tried to respond. He's done a damn good job, but he's just a little bit over.
This has been a great game. I've been I've been bumming around having a little look, and
mate, there's nothing in this, and
nah.
The Helensvale boys have just grabbed a 3, courtesy of 2 great shots from Mr. Howie.
Yeah.
And Johnny Newell has played another very good shot here, and I'm tipping that could be 2.
Yeah, Johnny's playing well.
He is, and they've played extremely well for the whole tournament too, Nugs, because they haven't lost a game.
I was just I was looking at the results the other day, and Lurchy and Howie got through with a 1-shot win over. Who was that?
They it was only a one-shot victory against what was it?
It was
Jai
the
Singh.
second game, wasn't it?
Jai Singh and his partner. What was his name? Chris Forbes.
There you go.
Yeah, one-shot
Thank
victory.
you, Robbie.
And they didn't. Andrew didn't play his last bowl. I suggested he might like to deliberately play a wrong bias. And then before that happened, Nathan kicked the head into the ditch. So they just claimed they went one down on the last end.
Oh, they'll take that.
Yeah, but they ended up winning overall. So
No, that's good. The boys are playing well too. Lechy's
are.
coming off red hot form from the Everest.
Yeah, too right he is.
Absolute standout. He was awesome over there. I had the privilege of playing against him.
Did you?
In
in
the second lot of sectional.
Yeah.
And he beat me 21-17, but
Yeah.
he played unreal.
Well, he's been bowling extremely well here too, but they all have it, and you got to keep in mind that these two teams, the Hamilton boys and the Helensvale boys, in terms of this competition, they haven't lost a game for 8 months. Have they?
Nah,
Well,
that's it.
If you go back to the time when they won their club pairs,
That's right.
which was back in January and February this year, they're both undefeated.
If you think about it, you'd look at, you'd play 6 or 7 games in your club as well as your
Well,
district
of
level,
course,
so there's at
yeah.
least 14, and then
Exactly.
they've got 4 more here, so there's 18 games on the trot.
Yeah, what a wonderful shot there from Jason Moore. He's just trailed the jack out of sight from Lurchy and the boys, and he's holding 2 now, I suspect.
Yes,
Good picture, good picture, Nugs, isn't it?
these are
Good
outstanding
vision.
cameras.
Yeah, they are for sure. And you're looking forward to a big couple of days, buddy?
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I've been really I've been putting in the hard yards this week. I'm ready for it,
Good on
Tomo.
you, mate. Well,
Gaz,
you-
I'm
well,
ready.
you got to be. It's no good being ready Friday morning. Is it? You got to be ready and on the trot.
Had a couple of roll-ups this week. You'd be
Yeah.
proud, Gazza.
I'm always proud of you, Nugs. You know that.
What's going on here?
Well,
Let's have a look.
I think that
2 or 3 down over there, the Helensvale boys.
I think you're 2 down, and Nathan's
Looks a bit juicy though.
Nathan's run through with his first bowl, and
The wind's up. Wind's picked up
well,
heaps since
it was horrendous this morning.
Yeah, they said it was
Much
picked up
worse than
big
this.
time. I think you see Lurchy run at this.
You reckon?
Yep. Here
Well,
he goes on the backhand.
He will if Andrew calls him.
Oh, just pinched it.
Did he ever?
You'd be close to 3 down over there. That back bowl with Lurch, with the orange there is a bit of a tight one, but
Okay, so
not an
Johnny-
easy head to get at, Tomo.
No, Johnny. Well, they're a bit staggered, those 2 front poles, aren't they? That's the. Johnny Newell's played another good shot. If he gets a piece of this, he's going to be happy too.
Oh, fattens
Oh,
it up
mate,
though.
Maybe
Oh,
not.
Definitely 3 now, Tomo.
I think it's 3, mate. Yep.
I don't think Howie will be drawing to that.
I wouldn't have thought so. I think you're playing some sort of crunch and weight, don't you?
It looks like he's got a lot of the back bowls as well, so and it doesn't look easy to be drawn to the ditch when that wind's up.
Your expert commentary is very, very welcome. GI,
GI.
not GI. I can't stop thinking about GI. We're not allowed to move. You let the cat out of the bag about his birthday, did you?
No, look, it was Lauren.
Lauren, what'd she do? It was supposed to be big hush hush.
She left it on the computer at home, and Dad's walked in and said, "Oh, what's this? They're planning a birthday party for him."
Oh, good grief. It's supposed to be a very big surprise. Well, that's all done and dusted, isn't
It's
it?
all gone now. But he's happy. He's looking forward to it. So
Keith Pickett's loved watching the game, and there's a whole bunch of folks that we've acknowledged before.
feel free to write a comment in there. Ask us any questions if you want to know a score from somewhere else. Or
Now, hello, Andrew's.
what's he done here?
Well, he's cracked the head open a bit, but I think he might still be 2 down.
I think
Or it might be more.
I think it's more than 2.
I think it could
Tomo.
be 3.
That
Here's
doesn't.
an
That does
instant-
not look good.
Here's an instant replay.
He's gotten stiff here. So he's got the edge of that. Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, well, he's definitely 3 down now, isn't he?
I think he's 4.
You
Definitely
reckon?
4.
Oh, well, the orange one in the front, yeah, of course.
It's definitely 4, Gazza.
Yeah, you're right. He's down a handful of oranges and one piece of...
Be interesting to see how he plays with his next one because...
I think you got to draw to cut it down. Maybe.
He wasn't far away with that. The head's there to, if he's a bowl wide, bowl tight, he can still take a couple out. So it'd be interesting to see what he does here.
Well, it depends what Jason does with this. He might bury it somewhere.
Oh, what's he doing? He's not short of this. Oh, what's he done here? He's cut it back by a heap.
He's got the jack. There might only be 2 down now,
I think it's a lot healthier for the Helensvale boys.
Well, they're not 3 down anymore. I think it's only 2.
2 at worst.
So Nathan's saying, all right, Andrew, see if we can...
They've still only got one in the head, though, so they've got to still be a little bit
Got
careful.
to be careful, yep.
Nice little swinger, Lurchy's calling it out, with about a yard or so. We'll give you a score update from this bronze medal match in a minute once they finish this end.
Looks like 17-12, is it?
Yeah, I don't know who's holding shot now, though. We'll get an update in a minute.
All right, here we go now. He's sort of in the area a bit, but
He's
not
just hung wide, but
in
it's
the
good
area
effort.
enough. Now, Jason's got one more to come. It'd be interesting to see what he...
See, this bowl of Lurchies is worth a heap, but you can't get to it without...
Well...
Unless they're looking at that gap between the grey and the blue one, or green one, sorry.
Well...
But that's risky too.
Yeah,
that's a risky shot.
He happens to come in underneath it and gets a piece of that orange bowl. The kitty will go out of bounds on the left.
I think if I was these boys, Gazza, I'd be happy with the 2, try and draw for 3. But
well, they're down 9-12 at the moment, so to pick up anything better than a 1 is going to be pretty handy, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Grabbing a 2 here, I mean, but it depends on... Like, Jason's been playing extremely well, so he might be prepared to say, well, look, we'll have a crack at this.
I was just watching Johnny's body reaction when Maury's last one come down and moved the jack, and I think Dojo knew that they had him in a bit of a pickle, and as soon as he moved that jack, took the pressure off Howie a little bit, because they were definitely 4 down.
They were. Now, what's
score update on the end there for the Marlin Coast? I thought I saw someone up there looking at that. It's 17-12 after 12.
Now, what's he got here? He's just going to hold it out there a bit, but he's turning one of his own in.
He went for it, though.
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
Jeez.
He's turned his own bowl across. But it's interesting to know because it can be very deceptive as to...
Could be 3, yeah.
Well, it could actually count.
It's hard to tell from the screens,
It
isn't it?
is. It is.
I've noticed that watching a bit of
Yep.
live stream.
Yep.
I'm sitting at home going, nah, that's definitely only 1 or 2.
So
and they take 3 or 4 out.
We're trying to give everyone an opinion what we think might be, but we get to the stage where we have to be very careful because sometimes we've been well out.
This is close. Looks like 2.
Johnny's come around to have a look. He said, I want you to have another go at that.
2.
I think he's conceded it is 2. It's only 2. Okay, well, that's 11-12, and we're after 10 ends. We're just not quite halfway through, but it's been an absolutely wonderful exhibition so far. Where are you staying? Nugs, you fairly close?
Yeah, I'm about 5 minutes away.
Okay. Did you drive up or did
Yep.
someone... Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I drove up this afternoon, so it was a very enjoyable drive.
Yep. I'll just answer Barbara Green. Brian was away yesterday. He's the president of the Gold Coast Tweed District Bowls Association, as you probably know. And he has been involved in meetings and all sorts of activities with the Gold Coast and meetings with World Bowls too, I believe. So he's been in and out. He wasn't here yesterday. He's been here today, but he's just gone to take a little bit of a break while we got the young master Shawnee Ingham here with us.
We're just reading through the comments, Gazza, and we got Lisa from the kitchen has asked us, just wondering what you boys would like on the menu tomorrow. Well, this is my sort of question, Gazza.
Well, you're one of the players. The players come first, so
Well,
You
if
know.
I was a Robbie Allen sort of man, I'd be going to pie and chips. But
Pies. We want pies.
I think we'll be happy with anything. I'm easy to please, Gaz. You know that.
Well, I'm a ribeye on the bone with garlic prawns, but I'm not sure that we're going to get that.
We've got a scoreboard picture here.
Okay, here we go. So the Marlin Coast boys fighting out for the bronze medal are leading 17-12
There's an end to go on to that though.
after 12. Oh, you reckon there's
Yeah.
another one to go? Okay.
Yeah, after this end, I think Mitchie will put the score up for us.
Rightio.
And 20-6.
20
Yeah,
for the ladies
ladies bronze.
It's 20-6 in favour of the. I don't think that the Mackay girls are in trouble, are they?
Can we turn the video around just to have a look at Gazza on the binoculars
No,
here?
no, you can't. Yes, it's 20-6 after 12 ends, and unfortunately, the Mackay girls have fallen at the last hurdle. by the looks of it. I think they've fallen at the last hurdle, and they bowled particularly well this morning. The ladies' gold, Nugs. What can you see?
I don't need the binoculars, but we're 11-8 in that game for. I don't know how to. These things aren't working for me.
No, that'll be. I think you'll find that's the. That's Glennis Reid and Debbie Logan are in front, are they?
That's the one.
From the Mount Gravatt girls are leading. What did you say? 11.
11-8 after 12.
11-8 after 12 ends. Well, that's still pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah, that's roll the dice stuff. That one still.
And that's against Wendy Campbell and Narelle Hofstetter from the Elliott Hedge Bundaberg region. So what are we back? We're back on our main game here, Nugs. That's what we've got to concentrate on. And Lurchie appears to be holding the shot. And there's a bit of a problem coming in on either hand here.
I'm just looking through the comments here. John Archer. Hi, Nugget. I'm coming up for a bull riding lesson. Now, I don't know what he means by that, Gaz.
No, he wants to meet you in the hallway of the club. Get on that Broadbeach bull.
Unlucky there from Maury.
He was.
Played
He's
a good
down
shot.
2 down.
And who else? We got Tyrone. The Nugget. What do the roses smell like up in Toowoomba way? Well, Gazza, I might have played up a little bit in WA when I went over there. And,
I'm suspecting that there's plenty of other places you've done the same thing.
No, we went and we had karaoke.
Oh, you
Your
didn't,
sort
did
of scene, Gaz.
I don't know what you're talking about.
At our good mate Simo's pub, and it was a great night.
Well, I
and,
bet it was.
I might have sang my Roses song.
Okay.
And but yes, the roses are very nice out here, Tyrone. Thank you for asking. But as we see here, Lurchie holding 2. Bit of misfortune there from Maury, but it's still not the worst head to be playing to, is it, Gazza?
No, there's an opportunity on either hand. It just depends on which way you see it when you get to the mat. But I think that the Helensvale boys with Nathan Rice have 2 yellow bowls there. They're certainly first and second shot, and the one that Andrew played, the back on the right hand side, is not out of the question either.
No.
So here comes
the Doge.
Here comes Johnny Newell, and he's out with the crowd here at the moment. So
there's a bit of a wayward one that.
Yeah, he's left that. He's ended up being, his grass was okay. He's about 6-7 foot over.
He's got best back though, so let's Maury have a little niggle at him if he needs to.
He wants to. Now Lurchie's tracking him down now, and he's going to sit back there with him.
Yeah.
They're both in the back stalls of the picture theatre.
It's not the worst spot to be though, because I think there'll be a bit of weight laid up.
I'm sure there will. So Johnny's come down again. Whoa. Has he got enough grass here? Well, he's
not bad. He's just going under, but he's got Maury coming in
gonna
here.
hit that.
Oh, he's got a good result there.
Good result, all right.
Here comes the back bowls in the question here now, Gazza.
Well,
the boys are thinking ahead.
Yeah, now Lurchie's playing this crunching type of weight here, but it's not. Is he wide enough, no?
He can get a bit of a result off his own here.
He can indeed. Bang,
Here
bang.
he goes. Oh, he got it pretty
No, he
thick.
didn't. Got it too fat, didn't he?
Got 3 or 4 seconds there for the Helensvale boys, but that bowl's definitely moving the jack a little bit.
Well, Andrew will certainly be trying to plant that. And with the type of weight he needs to use, he's got the chance of Lurchy's bowl at the back, but he's got to contact first before we see what might end up being shot.
Bit of background noise here, Gaz. Was a bit of excitement.
Well, there is. We're in the bleeding dining room. That's why there's people sitting around. They're watching the bowls the same as we are. And one of the reasons why they come in here is because it's air conditioned.
Yeah, it is nice in here.
I'm not so sure that the bar area is.
Howie's got 3 seconds here, so he's going to be out this. Just depends what weight he plays, whether he goes in between or he tries to flick him out.
Yeah, well, he really needs the bowl rather than the jack to get a better result. But any contact is going to make it into a raffle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I think he's fairly close here.
He's trying to push. His body language suggests he might be tight, but...
My tipping he could be a little bit under as well.
Geez, that was a good track if he had a yard.
Oh, well, if he had another half a foot of grass, he might have been able to tuck the kitty around the corner of the Nathan's bowl.
Well, if he moves it a foot or two, he makes 3 or 4 himself, so...
He does.
I think that, he didn't want to overplay it, but...
He's only one down, so...
Maury's up and about with this. He's not bad.
He can afford to pay a bit more weight if he wanted to.
Just trying to sit in this pocket. He's played this well. Drops inside Howie there. He's played a bomb. That's a great shot.
Yep. Yeah, they're clapping.
It's a really good shot
they're
from
doing the low seal
Mr.
there.
Moore.
We don't blame him. Okay.
Might see Howie play more at this, Gazza, because I think, if he kills it, it's not the end of the world. If he chops it clean out, he's probably going to get 1 or 2 of his, but he'll still make 2 at least.
Well, the indication that the conversation they had, I sort of got the impression that he was going to have a crack at it on the forehand. I don't know if I read the
Just Darren McCracken said the other scores, please, mate. We've just gone through it, but we will give you an update in probably 5 or 10 minutes, as we've just gone through them. So we won't be too long on the other ones.
Yeah, well, we try and reach across the whole lot there, cracks, and see
Howie's
what's
playing
going
more
on.
weight at this. Gazby's definitely under. What's going to happen here?
Oh no,
Hold on, hang on.
Oh, hang on to your breeches.
One more to the boys. That locks us up, Gaz.
We can give you the results. Darren. In 2014, Daniel Stanton Cook and Darren McCracken from across the waves won the champion singles. Now, that's the only score we've got, Darren. We can't see the other boards. You happy enough with that, mate? Righto, the scores. Here we go. I need the glasses.
Gary's in trouble here with Robbie Allen. He's not happy with that.
No, he gets stuck into me all day long. Now, the Marlin Coast boys for the bronze medal playoff. Marlin Coast are leading 18-13 on 14 ends. And the other ladies in the bronze medal shootout, it's 20-6 on 12 ends. Ackroyd and Studd are leading the girls from Mackay. Mackay. And in the women's gold, it's Debbie Logan and Glennis Reid leading Laurel Hofstede and Wendy Campbell 11-8 after 12 ends. But that hasn't been updated for a while, so I'm not sure what's happened there.
I think we're getting one in a minute here. No, that's right. Yep. Thank you, Gary. Great work, Gazza.
How'd we go? I need the binoculars. You don't. Okay, back to our main game, and it appears to be... I wasn't prepared to call it.
Good shot here from Lurchy, boy.
But I am now.
Great shot.
Lurch has tipped his own bowl up, and that is definitely the shot. And the score is 12-all after 12 ends.
We're tit for tat, Gaz.
Doesn't get any closer than that, Nugs, does it?
Huh? All the boys are playing well.
They are, and it's like it's shot for shot, and There's been so many heads converted and changed and switched around, which is, if someone's holding 2 shots, you're going to take a photo because you won't be holding them for long.
That's right.
So we've got quite a number of people tuned in to watch these finals. And we welcome you all, of course. Bowles is the winner, Nugs.
That's right, Gazza.
Oh, that's interesting.
I've just been thinking, Gaz, I don't want to sound too biased with this comment, but it just seems like the Helensvale boys, even though they're dropping the ends, they've still had options, they've still had chances to make numbers. So,
yep.
Maury and Doge had that chance to make the 5, and they went for it, which was great, But just the last few ends, it just seems that Helensvale, they got that 3, and then they've sort of just gone quiet a little bit. But as we see again here, putting the pressure on straight away.
Yep. Well, nobody's got far enough behind for us to start making assumptions about who might win or lose. So I'm prepared to sit on the fence here. I love to watch good players play good bowls, and I don't give a damn where you're from. And I can't read what's on yours.
Oh.
I try very hard not to be biased. And
Gazza, we've got a comment. Shane Knott from Western Australia, one of my good mates, he says, Nugget does love a microphone. But you see, Gaz, I think the microphone just finds me.
Well, I think we're bread and buttered with the same knife, aren't we?
We will sniff out a karaoke night if there's one around, though. Noddy.
Now, Andrew's coming with a very nice bowl again here. He's already
holding
Jack. 2.
Oh, he's tidying this up all right.
Oh, he hasn't patting the head up or anything, has he?
It's a good shot.
They got to draw it. And Andrew's pretty happy with that. He's adjusted his glasses and his hat. He's gone to close. No, he isn't. He's gone out of sight.
No, he's over here. He's over on the corner there.
Okay. I thought he went that way.
No, he's just taking a breather.
Okay. So now...
There's a nice trail there, though, for the boys. Dojo on the forehand.
Yep.
He won't be far away the way he's been going.
He's played wonderful bowls for the whole tournament. Nugs, you haven't been here to see it all, but you don't win 3 games straight if you're playing like an idiot, do you?
That's right, Gazza.
And he's come back a bit here. Well, Wayne Masters is watching. Good afternoon, Wayne. I haven't seen you before, but you're more than welcome, of course. Mitch Mears is back again. Mitch is always hanging around. Tongy's still there.
Stephen Tong.
Oh, yeah.
Lurchy trying to trail his jack around the corner here.
Well, whether he trails it or not, he's probably going to... Did he count?
Just out, I think.
Oh, it might be.
Maybe.
Norm Pritchard's watching. Good afternoon, Norm. Charmaine Sleeman. Well, Charmaine's usually always pretty handy.
Dojo's on the trot here.
Yeah, he's
must fancy it.
He might be just hanging past it, is he?
Just missed him wide. Great effort, though.
Well, sure
Sets it up for Maury.
Yeah, well, Maury's got the same sort of shot to play. He's just got to get it, hasn't he? And he's been bowling particularly well too, Jason. Don't worry about that. Now, what's Lurchy going to do? He's going to try and tuck it around the corner a bit, take it out of sight, hasn't he?
Yeah, if he misses, he's just trying to get past. But he's played this pretty well.
Well,
that's
he's
a good shot.
Played a lovely shot there. Because now, if they happen to move it back,
that's a good shot.
Lurchy's got one there. At least was in catching position.
Gives Howie something to play to as well. If it all gets a bit tight there.
And Alan Laws says to you, Nugget, good luck in the singles, buddy, from the lawman.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah, he's a bit of a character, this Sean Ingham, isn't he? He's funny. There's no holding him back once he gets going. I'll give you the tip. We all love him. Okay, so Jason's...
I won't be leading the boys astray tonight. Who said that? Mr. Brian Stewart has chimed in. I was waiting for Brian to chime in.
Oh, he's the old... See, Jason didn't follow that down all that much, so he probably thought that he didn't like it. And
Brian, I'll be on my best behaviour tonight.
Okay, so now Andrew's already played 2 sensational bowls coming on this hand, and This could even be a better one because if he holds a little bit out wide, he's going to give... Ooh, he might give Jason a bigger headache here now.
I'm going to love yous and leave yous after this end. Brian's back from duties, so we'll see what happens with Maury here.
Good on you, Nugs. We might have a little glass of water with you this afternoon. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go check in, come back, and might have a couple of soda waters with lime.
I think that sounds pretty good.
What's going on here on the
Jason.
last bowl we're coming in?
Can't quite.
Nice.
Well, he's going to duck underneath everything.
So this is
Okay,
close
so
to 4.
I think you're right, and I wouldn't mind betting they could be measuring for the next one.
All right, boys, enjoy.
Good luck, Shawnee. Thanks
See
for
you
your
later.
comments and
See you
your
later.
presence and your input. And we're not allowed to barrack for you, mate, but we probably secretly will be. We're not allowed to admit that. That's favouritism. Now, this is highly interesting here, Brian. As Brian Marshall sits back down, we're having a look at Tweed, the Helensvale boys here, who we suspect are holding 4. It could even be 5, depending on that front yellow bowl.
Yeah, it's looking. It really is a good head for them, and Jason.
Well, now that's not going to count. Well, I don't think it matters because
1, 2,
Jason's
3.
out of ammo. Now they're going to
Nathan's going to measure this, yeah.
measure the duck egg,
Yep.
and they'll check the banana and the other one.
And a big thank you to Sean Ingham there, mate. It's great to get these great players of ours come in and get a bit of insight
he's
with them.
an absolute character, isn't he? Nugs, you can't deny.
4.
Yeah, well, that's the 4th one coming out, and I wouldn't mind betting this is number 5.
It'd be pretty close, I think, Gary. Yep.
I think Lurchy likes it.
5.
Five
Yeah,
it
5.
is.
The hand went up,
Okay,
mate.
well, wouldn't that rip the crutch out of your 90? After such a close game, 12 all, it's now 12-17.
Yes, it's a bit of a great pick-up
Well,
there.
that's a bit of a heartbreaker to John and Jason, and it's a long way from game over, but
Oh, it's not game over.
it just means that their task becomes a little bit harder, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, that's for sure. So, keep sharing this, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got an absolute cracker of a match on our hands here. It's absolutely fantastic to have you all on board enjoying this great game of ours. So just keep sharing it out there and getting it out there to as many people as we possibly can. So we've got good numbers there at the moment.
Well, you mentioned there before about Nugget. I mean, he's an absolute character, isn't he? And he's known around Australia and other parts of as being that, one of those sorts of guys who've got all sorts of potential and ability and displayed ability in the game of lawn bowls. And he said that every time he goes somewhere, someone throws him a microphone.
Well, he is, mate. He's such a likeable larrikin young nugget, and like all these players, as I said, I remember watching Nathan Rice when he first came in the game. He was playing out of the Mudgee Bar Bowls Club, mate, and same as Brett Wilkie when he first took the job on. And I've seen all these players over the last 27, 28 years, mate, mature into fine people they are, you know what I mean?
I mean, Nugget, despite the character that he is, the bucket can play, can't he?
Well, he can play great bowls, mate, as they all can. Everybody, of course, you go through some of the great players that we have around in the ladies and the men at the moment. We've got people of the calibre of the up and risers, I say, like... you got young blokes there. We just saw.
You got Jake Wren. You got
Justin Cribben. You've got you got so many young kids out there.
Nicky Carl, who was runner up in the fours.
Another great up and coming young player. You got Chloe Stewart. I think is playing absolutely magnificent bowls at the moment. Young Jessica Samarosi.
Kira Burke's another one.
Kira Burke. And people say bowls is an old people's game, Gary. It's not for people like you anymore, mate. It's all the young people.
All the older people are getting out of the way, aren't they?
Well, mate, yeah.
Okay, so it looks to me as though the Hamilton boys could have certainly one. It should be 2, I think.
Yeah, Andrew's just a bit wide with this one, really, mate.
Yeah, he is, but he's not
easy to correct from there, though. So.
Anyway, they've just grabbed the 5-shot lead, which is sort of come from nowhere, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
because
I was very fortunate when I was going down to Powder my Nose, mate. I just bumped into the great man himself, mate, Cole Kelly, and one of the I rate Cole so highly, mate. I still reckon he's one of the best bowlers in
well,
Australia.
He's
just
proven that, hasn't he, over a period of years?
An absolute legend of our game, in my personal opinion. And, mate, first up tomorrow morning, mate, Cole Kelly versus Sean Ingham.
It's the first game, isn't
it? Doesn't come any better than that, does it?
Bloody hell. And, I mean, you got to remember that Cole's the first bloke in this event history who's shooting for 3 singles titles.
Oh, mate, he's one of our finest, mate.
He won his first one back in 2003.
Yep.
And he won his second one in 2013. Here it is, 219s back again. So he's got a bit of longevity about him, hasn't he?
He certainly has, mate, as we see Alan Law.
And that's only this event. Think of all the stuff he's won in the meantime, in between.
Thanks very much, Tongy. Appreciate those kind words, mate. G'day, Big John from Tweed Heads. How are you, mate? It's good to see you, have you on board. And Gus Templeton, how are you, mate?
Well, he's an advocate. He's an advocate for the old blokes in terms of. He was a runner-up in the Australian Open. Old Gus, good on you, mate.
He was, mate. Did a great job.
We old people were cheering our bums off for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I must admit that too.
But, notwithstanding, we all love Omar, but
Omar played absolutely sensational that day, mate. He played absolutely magnificent bowls. So we see Lurch just trying to make contact on his front yellow bowl.
Oh, if he misses the blue one, he will.
Oh, my God.
Well, I think he's turned it in for shot, don't you?
I think he has by the looks of that there.
Poor old Jason, he's taking his hat off and he's...
No luck in bowls, mate. There's a lot of skill in that one there, Gary. A lot of skill in that one, mate.
How could you do that to me?
That's for sure. G'day, Kane Nelson, Matty Bell. G'day, Law Man. How are you, my friend? Always great to have Alan on board.
Well, he's a professional sharer, isn't he?
He's a great bloke too, mate.
He keeps on throwing out.
Has a great passion for this great game of ours, my friend, as we all do, Gary.
It runs a very close second of pizza for me.
Well, talking about young up and... I was told you had pizza last night.
I did.
Just quietly.
But
I was told that you weren't allowed to have garlic on your pizza.
No, he wouldn't let me.
Robbie Allison, you're not having garlic on your pizza.
We had a half and half, as it is. He's had one of those things with all the yab on it, sauce or something. Cheese and pineapple or whatever he had. Because I have all the good stuff. All the olives and the bloody capsicum and the salami and stuff like that.
Must be our age bracket, mate,
But he drew the bloody line at garlic. He said, "You're not having garlic on half yours in my room." I said, "Well, we'd share alike." No, he said, "You're not having garlic."
Oh, dear, that's priceless, that, Gary. It really is priceless.
And then he nearly had kittens when there was a little piece of capsicum on. It was floated from my side onto his
side.
He was going to throw the piece out the window.
Dear, we see you.
There's a little bit of capsicum in me Hawaiian. He said, "I'm not putting up with this." He's funny, man. You can't help but like him, even though he gets cranky with you.
He's all right. It's great to have, talking about great up-and-coming players, Gary. We've got Kane Nelson on board now. There's someone that's going to have his name on this trophy a few times, in my opinion.
They're coming from everywhere, aren't they?
The way the young man's playing. What a great crop of young juniors we have, though.
Where's Mitch Mears? There's another one.
Mitchy Mears, mate, another true champion of our game.
Cloris has joined in. Chloe Stewart.
Hey, Chloe, how are you?
Nathan's holding shot here, and Andrew's trying to improve the situation.
Shouldn't you be driving up here, Chloe?
No, she gets a limousine. She's got a private limousine driver, I think.
Oh, now hang on, you started a limo.
Now, Barbara Green's, she missed you. She wanted to know where you were.
I've been socialising. I've been talking to some of the participants and talking some Bowls Queensland stuff, so I've been around.
He's got some official duties to undertake, not like this is not official, this is just for fun.
Yeah, this is, I'm not up here on official duties. I'm up here as a Bowls Gold Coast representative.
Yeah, we got his hands and knees shot here. Down on his hands and knees.
Gee whiz, how unlucky is that?
Well, Jason looked as though he had a real great shot there, but it just clipped off that front bowl.
Wade Musselbrook's on board. G'day, Wade. How are you, mate? Great to have you on board too, my friend.
Virtue still holding one.
Barbara, I'll let you know on a little secret, though, but don't tell the other viewers, okay? This is just between you and me, Barb, that I will not be here tomorrow or the day after, because tomorrow I've got duties going to the Bowls Australian award presentation evening, so I'm not coming back to Toowoomba tomorrow. And Gary's going to hold the fort for me, mate.
You're stuck with me, Bob. I'm sorry. I'd like to apologise in advance for something I might say that might offend you. I'll just, put it, and that goes for everybody. I don't mean to offend anybody, but sometimes it just slips out.
And there's one thing I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen. If Gary hasn't offended you yet, please don't feel disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll get to you sooner or later.
Give me a call and I'll get you on the list.
It won't take him long to get there.
Give me a quick call and I'll think of something.
See, really, quite realistically, Andrew had to be under that because...
He did.
Jason's got a lovely shot on here, hasn't he? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Andrew quite realistic had to be under that and trail the kitty to change the head.
Either that, even if he got under it and dropped in his eye.
Yeah.
But Jason's still got a decent look at this bowl.
He's got a real good look at it, mate. Yeah. And as I said, he's got 4 seconds waiting there.
Well, he's got to be a bit careful he doesn't slice the jack because it could end up going straight out to the other boys' bowls.
That's ever so true. But if he hits his front bowl, that yellow bowl's going to go, mate.
And he's going to get the other blue. He didn't need that.
That's a bit unlucky.
He didn't need the duck egg. Well, that's one more shot.
That's it.
That's 12-18 after 14 ends.
Yeah, no. Stephen Sales, how are you, Stephen? Good to have you on board, my friend. One of the leads from the Helensvale Bowls Club, mate. Probably cheering for his Helensvale teammates here.
I think I met Stephen the last time I was up at Helensvale. Well,
yeah.
I can't remember
nice bloke.
what I was up there for.
Nice bloke, Stephen, that's for sure. And a very handy lead, I can assure you, mate. Seen him play a few bowls this year in Premier League and in pennants. And get me in to see all the Gold Coast clubs play, I do, mate, being president of the Gold Coast District. So.
Bob says I've got a weird sense of humour, but it's funny. I don't know, well, I don't know about weird. Is it weird? My sense of humour weird? I didn't think it was.
Well, I think, Barb, you've nailed that one, love. You've absolutely nailed it. So.
Well, I'm taking her nails and her bloody hammer off her if she starts to talk like that.
It's always never a dull moment with Gary, Barbara, I can assure you that.
We introduced one another on the LBA side, I think.
Yep.
And I think we have, just between you and I, Barbara, I think we might have a few things in common, and that's your sense of humour might be a bit weird too.
Hey, Michael, good to have you on board, mate. No, it's I'll tell you a secret, Barb. We got Gary. We bought him a few beers the other night after a long day of streaming, and he started telling jokes. Well, I'm telling you, for 20 minutes we were lying around the fall in fits of laughter. Absolutely sensational. Okay, there's the score there. There's the score there for the Marlin boys in front. 19-15 on 16 ends. So
16 ends.
Still anyone's game there.
Yeah,
anyone's game. So
and we got 21. Oh, the lady just kind of got out of the way. 21-7.
Yes, and that's to the Bribey Island combination.
The Bribey girls are on fire, I think.
Is it the Bribey girls? I'm pretty sure it's the Bribey girls, yes. And then over here we've got...
on the other one...
Debbie Logan and Glennis Reid.
Well, this is the gold. Yeah, this is the gold playoff.
Against the Elliott Head girls, and they're in front the
15-8.
15-8, and of course that's the combination from Mount Cravat Bowls Club, which is the Gateway District, of course.
That's it, and they're in front of the ladies from Elliott Heads.
See a beautiful bowl here by they have had a great tournament, mate. Lovely bowl there by Andrew Howie, just consolidating a maybe shot there, but sure shot hasn't been played at this stage yet. So
no, probably not. So I'm not too sure. I don't know who's got shot there.
Jason Moore has been playing very well. He looks he's going to just have to sit inside this bowl, and I'll tell you what, he's not going to be too far away from this.
He's got it, mate. Has he got Jackie has?
Oh, just missed it.
I've gone the early crow.
You've gone the early call, mate.
I thought he had a bit of it, and it would have been good because he would have brought that the bowl of Johnny's in.
No, that's for sure. So Andrew, of course, sticking to his forehand once again.
He's going to have something to say about this. He said, I'm not putting up with this.
No, his bowl's starting to work now. His bowls still work a bit late. I don't think he likes the weight on this here, though.
He's got the right hand swoosh, but I don't think he swooshed it enough.
Yeah, I think he's got to come down and kick it a bit, mate.
Well, looking from that angle, you'd definitely say that...
Thanks very much, John, for those
Andrew's
kind words.
Bowl's the shot.
Barbara says age comes into it as well, too.
Well, I do know one thing, though. Not having ever met the lady, I think the conversations that we've been involved in on the LBA side, I know I'm going to like her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Lovely lady,
I've never met her.
Yep.
And probably never likely to.
Oh, you never know your luck. She sometimes sticks her head up here for the Australian Open and
Does
various
she?
things.
Well, somebody got to let me know and point her out because I'd love to be able to say howdy, Barb.
You probably just wanted to buy you a drink.
No, they've got nothing to do with it. It's just, now, I think Nathan's got a pretty decent shot here. Is he going to stop in time?
Oh, just missed the kitty
No, he
there.
did
Very
too.
close,
A little-
wasn't it? Very, very
slice
close.
on that would have been good.
Yeah, he needed. He didn't want to hit it full, mate. He could have done some damage if he actually hit it in the belly. But John
Johnny's
Newell's,
coming down.
his bowl's looking pretty handy. I just
I
don't know
think
about
he's
his weight, mate. I
think
just
he's
don't think
gonna
it's there.
reach. Now, what, they haven't indicated anything here, so we don't know who's got shot.
Well, just looking from the screen here, I'd favour Andrew to have shot with
I
him.
would too, and I wouldn't mind betting that he might have too, but nobody said anything.
No, mate, that skips to keeping it in the quiet.
Unless
Andrew likes to look at this one, though, from Nathan.
I think they're talking Braille. Well, now that's got to be shot.
That's gotta be shot, mate.
You can't help me. I'm going to declare that one.
Is that right? That's a big call.
Yeah, Rice is on. Blake Nance's Rice is on. Everest, now this. What more do you want? Go home, Ricey. They called him Babe. Well, that's what...
Tell you what, Johnny's not far away with this one. Just going to sit inside Andrew's bowl. He's... Oh, gee
yeah.
whiz. Yeah, lovely shot there, though.
Like, Kirsty Galati calls him Babe.
He calls him Babe.
So we're not allowed to say that because that was the name of a movie of a pig, wasn't it? We're not allowed to call him Babe.
Gail Compton's watching too. G'day, Gail. Congratulations on your success down in Ettalong there last week.
Oh,
Robbie
yeah.
Allen's watching too.
Yeah, Robbie's watching. Yeah.
Robbie's watching. There he is. So is David Baker. Yeah, Blakey is on fire, son, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Playing great bowls, mate. But I tell you what, these other two, mate,
Well,
don't write these other two off.
I think we've known Nathan Rice for some years. You know,
Yep.
we don't get the opportunity to play with him, but you play against him. I don't think I've ever seen him play a bad game. Have you?
No, I've seen him play some games better than others.
Oh, well, yeah, well, we all do that. But I mean, I don't think he's turned that up enough.
No.
But in terms of playing a bad game,
No.
I mean, you might have a crook end from time to time, but
I've seen him play some absolutely incredible bowls, mate. Ken Hansen, how are you? Ken is the legend of their game also
Bandit,
too, mate.
a bandit. What a lovely man he is too, don't you? I don't know anybody who doesn't like Bandit.
Wonderful man, mate. Had the pleasure of his company there a while ago down watching the Australian indoor, he and his lovely wife, and had a lovely conversation with Ken, an absolute true gentleman of our game.
He is, and you've just called it in one.
True gentleman, mate.
And he's a very hard man to beat in the bowl screen too, isn't he?
Well,
Hey?
mate, that's the thing about it.
Bloody hell, he and what's his name? The guy who used the stick.
That's the difference between you and me. You say he's a hard man to beat. Most of the people say, got Brian Marshall first up. There's an easy win for me. It's an easy game.
I've had a few games against Kenny, and right, geez, you'd never walk out on the green saying, "Oh, this will be an easy game." Only against this one.
Oh, dear.
Oh, geez, you go after the first ball and you're scratching your head, I'll tell you.
Good to have you on board, Ken. I hope you're enjoying the telecast, mate, of this great event. Okay, Gail, the ladies' score is Debbie Logan and Glennis Reid 15, playing the girls from Elliott Heads. And
I think it's 9, isn't it?
it looks as though...
No, it's 15-8.
15-8, is it?
Yeah, 15-8 on 14 ends, Gail. And that's up against...
That's Lorraine...
Lorraine
Hoffelstadt.
Laurel.
Laurel Hoffelstadt and Wendy
Campbell.
from Elliott Head. So it's the...
Lorraine Hofstetter.
Hofstetter it is, yeah, I beg your pardon. Yes.
And Wendy Campbell.
Wendy Campbell.
So they're leading 15-8
yes.
on 14. They haven't quite popped the champagne corks yet, but
No,
they're
far
getting
from it. Far
but
from it.
They've bought the ice.
Now, on the rink next to that is the game. It's the bronze medals match between.
Yolanda Ackroyd and Annie Studd
Yes.
are playing. Is it Chris McCall and Rhonda Meng from
Meng.
Mackay Suburban, and they're 23-9 after 16 ends,
After 16 ends.
and they've got the esky ordered and it's full of ice, and there's 2 bottles ready.
There you go. So the ladies, they're from Bribie Island.
Yeah, and the Bribey Island girls, last time, no, the men, no, hang on. Yeah, that's the Bribey Island, that's Yolanda and Annie Studd.
Yep.
Now, the other match is the Marlin Coast against
Gracemere.
Gracemere, and the score is 19-15 in favour of the Marlin Coast, which is, and that's on 16 ends.
Mm.
So that's still pretty much up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Nathan, I think the Helensvale boys grabbed another shot there, did they, Robbie?
Yeah, they got one by the looks of it, mate.
And
Lots of things.
here comes Johnny Newell, and he's saying, well, I'm not letting you have this on your own because we're still here.
Lovely start there by John, right on the line. Nathan just a couple of foot in behind the head, so, both very good bowls. Nathan just got it correct here.
Yeah, but
he's got a pretty good line here. How's his
way?
weight?
Done it.
This is what happens.
And
Andrew trying to will it home.
He's waving him in, but he's wasting his time. He's like a goal umpire in the AFL. It's not helping.
Not helping, mate. Anyway, we've seen some great bowlers here today. G'day, Mark Howes. How are you, mate? It's great to have you on board. Mark, of course, a member of the Mermaid Beach Bowling Club on the Gold Coast. So, and
yeah, Jason likes that. He'd be very happy with those two bowls with Johnny, because that gives him an opportunity now to sort of add to that and try and draw back the margin of 7 shots that they are behind.
Well, all they need is really, quite realistically, is one good end. And
well, they do, and I mean, if they don't get the one good end, all they really need is a couple, 3 ends in a row, don't they?
Yep.
Something like that, 2 shots, 3 ends in a row, and hurly-durly, we're back in the game. Not that they're out of it.
We just saw the skip from Gracemere just play an absolute great bowl there, and he trailed the kitty, but he's gone 3 down.
Oh no!
And it really was a great bowl. He was down on the head, and that's of course John Martin and Craig Hall's combination from Gracemere, and it really was a great bowl. Just bad luck where one of the bowls went through, and 2 of the bowls went through, so they end up 3 down. So very unlucky, but he's got another bowl in his hand, so he might be able to change that, as we see 2 good bowls here from Johnny Newell, who's got holding a couple of shots there. So
yeah, and Jason's
just a little bit runny there,
well,
Gary.
His grasp was perfect, but
yeah,
he's just he's run through by 5 or 6 feet. So he's given Andrew Howie a chance to.
Well, Andrew really needs a bowl in the head here, mate.
Well, he does. His first bowl he dropped a wee bit short, but and I'm not sure he's quite got the right weight with this either, has he?
Oh, dear.
Or has he? Oh, goodness me.
What a great bowl by Andrew
Howie. He was going to hold, but
he just held there, didn't he, Gary?
He did. He's drawn the shot.
I just watched the skip from Gracemere. He's very unlucky. He just played another great bowl. He just sailed about 3 for about 2.5 foot through the head.
Now, Justin's
played a beautiful bowler.
Justin's playing up to this on the televised game, and he's, oh goodness me.
Yeah, just missed it, but he's got another bowl in the head there, though,
yeah,
Gary.
he was trying to draw it. I thought he might use a little extra weight than that.
But the thing about it now, though, Gary, they've got 1 in 3 there, haven't they? So they can really attack this.
They've got to be careful that.
They can really attack this. Yeah, Jason Moore, yep.
I got Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Well, I've been calling him Jason all day. I must have just called him the wrong name once, and Robbie got me.
He's nailed it, mate. He's nailed it, mate.
I've called him Jason for the entire hour and a half we've been here.
Jason Curry, how are you, mate? And Timmy Swanson, great to have you on board, my friend.
Both of you people. I called him Justin. He's all over me like a rash.
He's nailed it, mate. He's nailed it.
Yeah. All they need to cross now.
Now, hang on, what's going on here, mate? We've got no players. Where are they gone?
No, they've gone in for a drink.
Have they?
Yep.
Gee, I wish we could stop on air for a while and have a drink.
Well, I think that's the end of it. That's it. They've shaken hands, have they?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's some good sets of bowls on the grid. You want a set of bowls?
I think I'll go ahead. We can make a few bucks out of this. Put them in a raffle.
Third prize?
I think they've all decided to take a toilet break because Lurchy's just come out from the clouds. Well, he's the first one to reappear.
This is where I think the umpires should be there to make sure they wash their hands. Okay.
I'm going to go and have another smoke. I'll leave you with it.
Okay, well, just as he does that, we'll get one of the hard-working officials from Bowls Queensland to come in and have a bit of a conversation with me. Very good friend of mine. G'day, Wayne Masters. How are you, my friend? It's always good to have you on board. Jamie Nordoff, how are you, bud? How are you, Come on, Jamie.
What are they watching it on their phone?
On their phone.
It's a phone problem, not our.
Yeah, but he's got his volume up full and he still can hardly hear.
Come on in, mate.
You can turn them up full, you can put it on speaker. What you need is a little set of headphones. Because we can't.
So, Jason,
90% of
we got John Newell just coming down here. Oh, he just got the inside edge of one of Andrew's old bowls. And welcome aboard Kerry Green, one of the hard-working officials from Bowls Queensland, Vice President of Bowls Queensland. Great to have you on board, Kerry.
Yes, thanks, Brian. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are enjoying this. Beautiful day in Toowoomba as usual.
Oh, absolutely beautiful, mate. So we've got a lot of people out there. They're definitely enjoying the game, mate. I can assure you that. And what a great game it is we've got to offer them too, though, Kerry. It's really is. It's mate, the quality of bowls has been absolutely first class.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a bit of a shame that I can't play this well, otherwise I'd probably go out and beat these fellas a bit, you know.
Yes, mate, I'm quite happy just watching from in here too these days, Kerry. It's one of the...
At least it's a little bit cooler inside here than what it is outside. It's
yeah.
a little bit warm outside. Looks like we've got Mitch Mears watching. Hello, Mitch. How you going, mate?
Yeah, Mitch has been on board most of the day, mate. So
Kane Nelson. Kane, how you going, buddy?
We're just talking about young up-and-coming players, mate, and lo and behold, Kane stuck his head up on the screen, mate. So
yeah, Chloe Stewart, she's there too. How you going, Chloe?
So he's just seen Andrew just going to try and add this. Just got to come around that front bowl there of Johnny Newell's and, mate, the... calibre of bowls there, Kerry, for the whole 4 days, hasn't it been absolutely fantastic,
mate? Unbelievable,
mate?
Yep.
And like Andrew's played this very well, and once again too, well, he's just got to sit inside John's bowl, and he has to. Yeah, he's probably 3 down now as Jason Moore, and Jason's played exceptionally well here today, and he's actually played well for the last 2 days, really, Kerry, hasn't he? We watched him play some bowls up there this morning, and the Hamilton boys from the Brisbane district, they played some great bowls up there this morning.
Yeah, one of the great games I watched yesterday afternoon was Jay Singh's game against Andrew Howie in that.
Yeah.
And went right to the wire, you know. They're very proud of themselves for the game that they played.
Absolutely. Oh, Roy Campbell says, hello, Kerry Green.
Hello, Roy Campbell. Did you find that truck for me yet, mate?
And Roy, I hate to tell you this, but I know what he's talking about. How are you, Roy? Good to have you on board, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the telecast. So we see Andrew now. He doesn't really want to fatten this target anymore, though, Kerry. And looking at the weight that Jason's playing at the moment, maybe, I don't know, maybe go around the back and have a bit of cover, or...
Yeah, it's probably a good idea at this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Clinton Bailey, shouldn't you be working, Clinton? Surely to God you haven't finished yet. Go on, mate, go back to work. So we see Andrew going to change his hand here. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is going around for a bit of cover here, Kerry. I wouldn't mind if he wants best backward.
Draw up around the back.
Well,
there.
you know, leading 19-12, holding 3, you really don't want to fatten the target, do you, mate? You know what I mean?
It's probably not a good idea at this stage.
And I don't think Andrew would be very happy with that. I think he'd probably want another couple of feet on that to be quite realistic.
Hang on, I'll go out there and run it up the other end for him again. He can have another go.
Oh, Jason's pulled it across the head, has he?
No,
unlucky.
No result.
No result. So that'll be 3 to go to the combination of Rice and Howie from the Helensvale Bowls Club from Zone 1. And
they're just starting to sneak away a little bit now.
Well, Nathan's in fine touch, though, really. You know,
is,
I mean,
mate, yeah.
you look at our great players from Queensland, and Nathan, the last couple of months, has really been a real standout player, hasn't he, Kerry? You know what I
mean? Yeah. Oh, it looks like Roy's family truck. What'd you find, Roy?
Oh dear. I found one.
The other thing, Roy, is I didn't get any cake here, but Hazel made me a heap of scones, mate, so that was pretty good. Even kept some for me this morning when I was running late. So.
And Roy, I had some too, mate. Just I'll let you know too, buddy. Gave Peter Buckingham, great to have you on board, mate. So John sticking to his backhand coming up this way, Kerry, which is basically the tighter hand of the two. You've got to play this when it's this windy, with the green running so well. You've got to play this with exceptional weight, which Johnny Newell has just done.
Yeah, there's a little bit of wind up the other end of the green too. I was up there earlier, and there's a little bit more wind up the far end of the green than what there is up the clubhouse.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. That's for sure, mate. You see Nathan just trying to correct his grass line. He's weight wasn't too bad with his first one, and this one his grass line's impeccable.
Yeah, his weight's not bad either.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So it's it really has been a pleasure to bring you this great event on behalf of Bowls Queensland, and really has been an absolute pleasure being here, Kerry. And I must thank the Darling Downs District and of course this wonderful club of North Toowoomba. The way they've looked after us with their meals and hospitality has actually been first class. So
Yep, Toowoomba Club's done a really great job of running this event. They the meals, everything's been absolutely spot on.
absolute credit to them, mate. And
It's just a bit of a practice run for them when they run the state juniors in January next year.
Should be a great few days of bowls there once again, my friend. So
should be a pretty big time on the Downs. We'll have plenty of juniors and good quality juniors running around from all over the state and as far away as TI.
yeah, mate, it'd be great to see the Thursday Islanders down here, mate. And of course, you and Peter Williamson and Brett Wilkie are doing a trip up to TI next week, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we're going up to open a new green they got up there. Be a bit of a thing for Bowls Queensland to visit TI. I don't know whether they've ever been up there before, but as we said when we first went into Bowls Queensland, that we try and visit as many places as we can. Well, we can't get much further away than TI unless we swim across to New Guinea or something like that while we're up there. But
Well, we have done quite a few trips in the last few years, Kerry, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, one trip I'm looking forward to is that I'd love to get out to the outlying districts around Mount Isa and particularly Roma, areas like that. I'd like to get back up to Cairns and that again and see our good friends up there, and probably go a bit further north this time up in Cairns, Kerry, instead of coming back this way and seeing some of our great destinations up there and see what we can do for the region.
A little trip from Roma up through Mount Isa and up the top would be a bit of an experience for some people. I've been up there many times being an old truck driver, so I know my way around up there a little bit.
Yeah, but
Probably
mate,
shouldn't get lost.
but mate, you're going through there 140 kilometres an hour, mate. I want to stop, mate. I want to talk to people.
No, nobody mentioned that, you know. You got work to do, mate. You've got to go and do it, you know.
Yeah, g'day, Roddy. How are you, mate? It's always good to have you on board, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the telecast. And Liz Walton, she says, go the Hawks. So tell us who you're barracking for. Like I'm in Hamilton Bowls Club, a great club. They're affectionately known as the Power. And, of course, Helensvale Bowls Club have called the Hawks. So let us know who you're barracking for.
A nice bowl coming down here.
Going to get a little inside edge.
No, just sneak in underneath there.
Lovely,
It's like sitting in there for second shot.
yeah, lovely try there by Nathan. He really is in fine touch at the moment. But this man here has been playing great bowls too. In John Newell, he's had a good couple of weeks. He had a great couple of weeks over in Perth where he beat some pretty outstanding players, and he even gave Brett Wilkie a bit of a touch up in the game of singles over there too. But Aaron Sheriff got him in the end to win that second day section. So a great effort, and no mean feat even by John to win his section where he had to beat the great Sean Baker, mate. So, you know.
Well, one thing you can rest assured with bowls, sooner or later, doesn't matter how good you are, someone's going to get you. So, yep.
Yeah, but how come everybody gets me all the time?
It's not only you, mate. It's me too. Like, you know, seriously.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, son. I'm hearing you. Fiona Hall, how are you, Fee? How are you, my dear?
I think if I spent as much time playing bowls as I do at bowls, I'd probably nearly go out there and beat most people.
Well, I think I'm feeling the same these days, mate. I've that carnival you and I played together. They're just recently up at the Toowoomba City Club, which was a wonderful, wonderful couple of days. And we had a pretty unknown skip up there by the name of Brett Wilkie. And before the game started, Brett said to me, how many games you played this year, Brian? I said, we've got 5 games here. And he said, yeah. I said, good, that'll be my 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th game of bowls this year, mate. I said, geez, I'm looking forward to this one, Bretty.
Yeah.
I said, I'll be in double figures before I know it.
Yeah, well, Brett played some really nice bowls, but unfortunately at the end he relented and he went back to being the third. So
yes, I know, mate.
Yeah.
He made the fatal mistake of letting you skip the... there was nearly a mutiny.
Yeah, I called him on shots that he'd never even heard of, but but he got them.
He played pretty well, mate. And one absolute champion of our games. And of course, tomorrow night gets inducted in the Hall of Fame, mate.
Yep, well deserved.
Very well deserved.
Yep, very well deserved.
Seeing Andrew not too far away from this, I think he might be just under the head. Yeah.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I have other things, work to do. Can't sit here talking to Brian all
You've
day.
got to, well, we've had a few good conversations today, Kerry, as we always do. But,
Yeah.
mate, all I can say, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this on behalf of Bowls Queensland. And, mate, we hope to do a lot more work in the future. And what a great partnership we do have with Bowls Queensland, and we do appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Anybody that wants to see a good game tomorrow morning, Cole Kelly will be playing Nugget from down the Gold Coast. It'll be the game of the series.
Be a fantastic game, Kerry. I couldn't agree more on that. But thank you very much to Kerry Green. And with that, I welcome back my old sparring partner coming back in Mr. Thomas. And what a great bowl here by Jason Moore. Oh, that's a beautiful bowl, Jason. But I think you may see a bit of aggression here now from Andrew. So it's he wouldn't be surprised if he plays with a bit more weight. And we have Gary back on board. He's nearly geared up. There he is.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Okay, we're right now.
Hey, g'day. Welcome back, mate.
Alrighty.
How's the roll-up going on the top green, mate?
There's no one up there at the moment. Now, Andrew's got something here. Well, that's a wonderful shot.
But he killed it.
Well, it doesn't matter. He was 3 down and he didn't really... poor old Jason.
He's a slow motion replay. And listen, if he plays this again, he might get this. I think he might be slipping under. What do you think, Gary?
I think he's got it again.
You reckon?
Yeah. And the Jack's
That's
gone
2 in a row he's got, mate. Does he ever miss?
Well, he has been known to, but not very often.
Hey. Oh, Chris Hooper, how are you, my friend? You're having a quiet one at Musgrave Hill Bowling Club?
I bet he is.
Mark Edwards, you should be rolling up, my friend, and you should be at suburban Townsville, mate, rolling up. Looking forward to seeing you on the weekend, Mark. Should be a great weekend of bowls up there, my friend. And Gary's just going to give us a run round the ground.
The Marlin Coast Tropical North Queensland boys are leading 21, and I just can't quite until the gentleman, the Marlin boy, delivers his bowl. Here we go, 21-17, and I think it was 18 ends, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks like 18 ends. So a very close game there, Gary. Still there for anyone to take. So,
and on the bronze medal shootout for the girls, Yolanda Ackroyd and Annie Studd are leading Chris McCall and Rhonda Meng 24-9 on 17.
And we see a magnificent bowl there from John Newell with his first bowl, sitting just in front of Kitty, right on the line. What a magnificent bowl.
Debbie Logan and Glennis Reid in the gold medal for the ladies are leading 16-9 after 16 ends against Laurel Hopstetter and Wendy Campbell. So that's the update there, folks, and they've still got 4 or 5 ends to go, most of them.
Still anyone's going. Stephen Bell, good to have you on board, Stephen. How are you, my friend? And Joppo, Paul Jobson. How are you, Paul?
So Jobster's arrived, has he?
He has, mate.
I'd be interested to know what Joppo's doing now. I know he ended up, I think he left Park Beach, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He did a great job down there.
I believe he did. And
thoroughly enjoyed his singles tournament down there. He live streamed this year. It was
Park Beach singles, yeah.
It was really wonderful to watch.
I think he's back on the Gold Coast now, is he? He would have moved back to Brisbane, I don't know.
Not too sure. Maybe Joppo might even
Come on, Jops, let's know what you're doing.
Peter Bolsman on board. G'day, Peter. How are you, mate? So we've got keep sharing it out there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try and get it out to as many people as we can as we come down to the business end of the game. So absolutely fantastic.
Chloe Stewart's apparently still watching. She's got to get in the car and get up here pretty soon.
Is she?
Cloris, she can't be sitting down there watching bowls.
Mate, she might be driving watching at the same time, do you think?
Oh, no, she wouldn't be doing that.
Wouldn't she?
No, she wouldn't be allowed to do that.
No.
Well, she could already be here. Yeah, well, as Robbie just said, she's in her motel still. She could be doing that for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be going back to the Gold Coast tonight, Chloe, so if you're driving up, I'll wave to you as I go past you, my dear. See a good-looking bowl here by Jason there. Lovely bowl there. Lovely home there. Very good catching bowl there.
They've certainly got one, haven't they? And Nathan's asking Andrew to play in between.
Yeah, just
between his own 2 bowls.
2 bowls, yeah.
See we land that orange one.
And Tyler and Cohen Lifton. G'day, Cohen. How are you, my friend?
Yeah,
I think he's just going to hold. This might take his own bowl out.
Well,
This
he might get the
change
back
whole
one. He
complex.
get the back one. No, he didn't get that either.
Gee whiz, it'd be a bit. He needs that bowl of his there. He's got to be more under that bowl, really, Gary. By the looks of that.
Well, he sure does. If he wants to get the orange one, he does.
Yeah, that's for sure. Peter Leon, g'day, Peter. How are you, mate?
Peter, where's he now? He's up in Brisbane somewhere.
He's up in Brisbane, my friend. In Noggara, I think he is.
Uh-huh.
Peter.
There's Jason coming down with another beautifully grassed bowl.
Yeah,
and he's
just a
gonna
little
run
bit
through.
weighty.
But it doesn't matter. He's holding one shot, and if it happens to be the wrong sort of contact on the orange, he could be holding some more.
Mate, it's a credit, though, with the wind, the way it's gusting. I must admit, though, Gary, as we've said previously, like when they played this morning, they had a wind behind them and playing into the wind, and it was strong.
Yeah.
The wind was very strong.
Well, it's nowhere near as strong out there now.
But there's a cross breeze, isn't there? There's a wide hand and there's narrow hand. So makes the bowlers more confident in playing their shots, really, doesn't it?
But neither hand, on the transmission we're watching, neither hand is clearly narrower than the other, is it, really?
No.
So I'm saying to you that the breeze that there is about at the moment is nowhere near as strong as it was this morning.
Well, there you go, Gary. Now, listen, just keep this quiet. Keep this quiet, but we've got a scoop.
Yeah.
We've got a scoop, but no one else is allowed to know. Paul Jobson, thanks for the rap, boys. Well, you deserve it, my friend. I am moving to Gold Coast to work at Paradise Point Bowls Club.
Well, that's another fish that got out of our net.
Well, there's...
I've had enough of this. Can't Joppo. We were prepared to pay you heaps. It's gone to Paradise Point.
Mate, well done, my friend.
Good on you, Jobs, wherever you go.
I'm sure you do a lot of good for Paradise Point, my friend.
Well, that's it. And you'll be a very valued member of their club, and I'm sure that most people who know you would have to agree with that.
John just trying to sit this bowl, which I don't blame him, trying to sit this bowl of Andrew Howie's out of the head. So Lert's really got to put a partner in there, mate. Got to give him a little bit of company, mate.
What Nathan did with the first bowl, I think he's... Well, has he? Yeah, he's already played. I think he's come back behind, didn't he? Didn't there a bowl of Nathan's come back behind, or am I mistaken?
No, I don't think so, mate. Jason Constable, g'day. Jason, how are you, mate?
Pardon me.
Very steady player, Jason. Got a lot of time for Jason.
Yeah, he's
and Darren McCracken, another great bowler too. So we see Nathan's got this very well grasped. He's got to sit this bowl here. Sit either. Oh, what a great bowl by Nathan. Didn't fatten the target.
That's a great shot.
That's a great bowl.
That's a great shot. Now, Jason, he's at Beenleigh, isn't he?
Jason Constable, Beenleigh Bowls Club, mate.
Jason's at Beenleigh.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of watching Jason play for a few years when I was heavily involved with Tambourine Mountain, and Jason played Premier League for us, and mate, I tell you, he's one heck of a talent, that boy.
I remember watching him play, and I can't remember, it was a singles tournament somewhere.
Gold Coast Tweed District Champion of Champions, mate.
What, is that what it was?
Yep.
Oh, well, there you go, and he bowled particularly well, didn't he?
Yep. Yeah, about right too, lawman. No, it's all good, fellas. We're having a great day up here. It's coming down to the business end of the game now. There's 10 shots in it, all across the board. The bronze medal match playing the last 10, and I can tell you now that the Marlin Coast boys are in front 22-19 on that and playing the last 10. I can't really tell who's got shot down on that rink, but really has been a wonderful day of bowls. And just think tomorrow, the single matchups. We've already told you the participants for tomorrow morning, and gee whiz, I tell you what, there'll be a lot of people not doing any housework or cooking or ironing or washing, or guys going to work, and blokes like Clinton Bailey be on their phone watching the bowls.
Well, one other thing about this Marlin Coast team, Brian, that we really should mention, they had a massive win. Well, when I say massive, I think they won by more than 20 shots this morning. They had originally going into the game, they had a minus margin, but they had a very, very good win this morning, which put them into the bronze medal playoff position.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you that even though you, at the end of day one, you're probably sitting around saying, well, we haven't done too well, but you come out the first thing the next morning.
Yep. Have a big win.
You win by big heaps to not many, and all of a sudden you're playing for bronze.
Yep.
So it's never over, is it?
Yep. Kelsey's on board. Kelsey Cottrell, g'day, Kels.
Kelsey's there.
I'll tell you a little secret, Kels. Don't tell anyone else, but I think Andrew's missing you leading up, so because he can't follow your line like he does in Premier League every time you play lead for him. Well, he plays three. But
well, Kirsty, who was it who came on there one day? It might have been Kirsty and when Andrew and Ricey were playing down at Mudgery-Bar, I think, and she said that there's 4 bowlers in the family, and the 2 worst ones are on the green at the moment.
Dear.
Kelsey, I said, you didn't say that.
Lovely girl, mate.
Yep, I enjoyed it.
Wish her all the best, and I'll probably see you tomorrow night, Kels, at the awards dinner night. So looking forward to that. Should be a wonderful evening once again, and see young Brett inducted into the Hall of Fame. So should be a wonderful evening, that's for sure. It's always a pleasure going and listening to all those champions of our sport, Gary, and they do a wonderful job, that's for sure. As we see Andrew now, just really, all he can do there, Gary, is crack an egg.
Well, he can either crack an egg or throw the grand piano at it, because Nathan's got the best
Nathan's
back bowl.
got the best backwards, so he can fly.
So
That's true.
he's got 2 different weights that he can elect to play. Well, he feels confident with. And I still think he's just going to hang out there a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I think going to hang there,
You
mate.
get the plain edge of this? No.
Not quite.
But that's okay. They're only one down.
One's not bad, because there's really
no disaster.
There's really no multiples to pick up there for Jason and John there, is there?
Not
You know,
really.
mate? All he can really do is try and draw another shot. But I tell you what, he doesn't want to touch Kitty if he plays the forehand. He really doesn't want to touch that bowl, because there's 3 bowls there waiting for it.
I think Jason will be just trying to beat Nathan's back bowl. If he can do that, he's a chance of making 2.
Yes, well, you're right there. And I think he's just going to be a bit underdone by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's just knocked the weight off a bit, has he?
It's 1 to the...
1 to the Hamilton boys and
from the Brisbane district.
And they moved to 13.
Yep.
But they're still 9 shots behind, and they're on to the 17th end now.
Tell you what, Gary, too, just looking at the flags out there, and the ladies and gentlemen can see them over. They've actually just about stopped blowing,
yeah,
mate.
they're not even moving, are they?
So what a great contrast it was to when we started to when we finished, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's
absolutely
what we
unbelievable.
said, you know.
Okay, so we do have the bronze medal match. It's just wrapped up. Then haven't put the final score up yet.
I think the Marlin Coast boys have got up, haven't they?
Looks that way, Gary, at this stage.
Well, that's a great result for them, because they travel the furthest, don't they?
Absolutely, my friend. We'll just see the skip's going to put the score up, which I think he's about to do. He's just going to pick his water bottle up and walk away.
They don't care of it. He said, well, I don't care, we've lost this. You can look after your own bloody board. So that's Jason Walford and Mitch Stiles from the Marlin Coast Club, representing Tropical Far North Queensland, have defeated John Martin and Craig Hall from Gracemere in central Queensland.
Mackay region, mate, Gracemere.
And they've won the bronze medal for the...
Rockhampton, I should say. Rockhampton.
They've won the bronze medal for the champion and champion state pairs for 2019. So that's something they can hang on the trophy cabinet knob of the front door.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, absolutely wonderful. Wonderful for them, for the Far North Queensland boys to take a medal home. I'm sure they'll be very proud of that, and something they can cherish for the rest of their days.
Yeah, absolutely. And the bronze medal playoff for the ladies, Yolanda Ackroyd, Nanny Stud, 24. And I don't know if they've changed this for a while, have they? Against Chris McCall and Rhonda Meng from Suburban Club in Mackay, and they lead them 24-9 after 17 ends. So I think we're getting a bit closer to a handshake situation here, but they've still got a few ends to go if they want to keep going.
And of course, mate, the combination of John Martin and Craig Hall from Gracemere are from Central Queensland, mate. So
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, Central Queensland, mate. So absolutely.
There's big hugs there, and the Spice Girls have opted in and issuing hugs and kisses
to everyone.
Well, because they're Marlin Coast.
Yep.
Well, that's Trisha out there.
And there's David Spice just come on board too, mate, with a comment. Says,
well,
great job, Marlon.
He's been following the boys.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Well done. Got
Okay.
to take your head up to that. So we go back to the main game here, and looks
Back
as
to
though
the main game, and it's
John looks as though Jason Moore will be holding one shot with Andrew Howie just coming in here
well,
now.
I don't think he's holding shot now.
I'm quite sure he is. What a lovely bowl here by Andrew.
That's a Howie Heller.
It certainly is. It's a lovely bowl there. So
well, that's just put the nigger in the woodpile, isn't it? Because
certainly is.
because just when the Hamilton boys, wanting to make a bit of a move, and they had a shot on the last end, and then.
Well, this is the 18th end, Gary. So this is when they've really got to start.
Well, it's starting to hurt a bit now.
Start to hurt a bit now, mate. But once again, though, the Hamilton boys, of course, have represented their Brisbane district so proudly, and. And as we've all said, they had 3 wins today, Gary. So, if the result remains as it is at the moment, it'll be their first defeat in about 7 or 8 months.
That's it.
And John's got hold of this too. What a bowl! But he's probably down.
Oh, crikey!
Probably down with that bowl from Nathan Rice there, just in front of you. See the slow. I tell you what, he might miss it with this one. I think he's a bit narrow. What do you think, Gary?
I'm looking at the. I'm looking at the scoreboard for the gold medal for the ladies, and Debbie Logan and Glennis Reid are 17, leading Laurel Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell 12, and that's after 18.
Yep.
So they're going to play that right through because there's only 5 difference there.
Only 5 difference, mate. So it's
There's
anyone's
only
game
5.
there.
Now they're kicking bowls around. I'll just have a look and see who's got the mat and the jack. Now it's the.
John just pulling up short.
It's the Linda Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell
Have won that end.
Well, I don't know how many it is, but they were 17-12 down.
Yep.
So whatever score goes on is going to help their cause, and they're now about to play, I think it's the 20th end.
Fair enough. So we've got Philip Scollum on board all the way. He says hi from South Africa.
Who's that?
Philip's on board from South Africa.
Philip Schooner.
Yep, and lo and behold, we've got Richard Cascane on. Haven't got my glasses on.
Richard Gascoigne is watching. Well, welcome, Richard, and also Philip Schooner. He's from
South Africa.
South Africa.
Great to have international viewers. I hope you're enjoying this great telecast of the Queensland Bowls Queensland Champion of Champion Pairs events, and we gold medal match here this afternoon we're featuring is the match between the Zone 1 champions of Andrew Howie and Nathan Rice playing the Brisbane combination from Hamilton Bowls Club of Jason Moore and John Newell. So absolutely got some great matchups here, and of course Gold Coast combination is Zone 1, and of course the Brisbane combination is Group 4, Zone 4. So we've got probably Nathan Rice there, I think.
I think
Gary probably holding 2 shots
I think he's got 2. They thought he might have had 3, but the ball was called out of bounds. So Nathan was trying to kick it with his foot and kick back over the line. They weren't having a bar of that. Yeah. Look at that.
Jason just missed the kitty.
Just missed the
Even
jack.
Nathan just rubbed his eyes there.
Oh,
mate.
I think he shut his eyes.
Shut his eyes and said, God, how close is that, eh? He thought it was gone. So you got to catch you here from Andrew, though, just in the back of his playing that type of weight, though.
Yeah, well, that's right. And Andrew's, he's got a pretty fair bowl here. If he's going to reach it, Nathan's getting down and have a bit of a look at this, and I'm tipping he's going to call it in.
I say it's probably in.
It's up
Could
and
be
down
a bit of a
isn't it?
nuisance bowl there, really, for Jason here, though, Gary. He's just got to sneak under that bowl now.
Well, I don't think he does. I think he's got to get around it and beat the yellow one at the back to get the shot.
Well, that's probably 100% correct there, mate.
And I think he might have near on done that.
He's played this pretty damn well, mate. How's
He's
his
just
weight?
got to stop, and
Yeah,
I think he
he's
will.
Stopped, he stopped, mate.
That's a great
beautiful bowl.
shot. Yeah,
Beautiful.
getting under that bowl was never going to do him any good.
Yeah,
With the right weight, he would have finished the metre to the left.
Mm.
Okay, so that's definitely 1 to Hamilton. But as we say, 1 is not going to really frighten the. They're going to have a look, are they?
Yeah, well, Andrew's coming down to have a look. So he's still treating the game as a very serious participant, really, Gary, isn't
Well,
he?
why wouldn't you? I mean,
know?
there's a lot at stake here, isn't there?
Yeah, well, that's true, I mean, if he gets rid of this bowl, I reckon they'll probably have 3 shots. So it's worth 3.
It depends how he thinks he can get it. He can probably He can probably have a crack at it on the back end. He's got to use plenty of weight to get under his other front one.
Well, Andrew's got the best backward over this side too.
From what we can see.
From what we can see, just looking out there too. But Jason's got another bowl just down in front of where Andrew's standing now. As he's just probably looked down to look at that bowl. It's just beside his left foot.
Uh-huh.
So he walks away. He's looking at Jason's bowl, so he doesn't want to really take it back that way. So anyway, no doubt he's had a good look now. These players are very confident what they want to play.
Well,
so,
that's it. I mean, and not only that, but it just calms things down a bit, doesn't it?
Well, it definitely does. So
you get him down here to have a look, so he can have a decent look to see. Look, if I'm going to play weight, I want to have a look and see where I can
that's
get into awful trouble.
That's the difference between them and you and I. We'd only walk down there if you bought me a beer.
Yep.
Hey? That's the way I'd walk down there, mate. I'm telling you.
I'll piggyback you up the other end.
Yes, thank you very much.
How many bowls have each played? They've each got 4 bowls, Philip. They have 2 by 2 by 2 by 2.
Yep.
So they have 2 bowls and walk and then do the same thing again. Now, Andrew's probably just going to be a bit outside this, is he?
Yep.
He is. Okay, so that's one more to Hamilton boys. That makes it 14-22. They're 8 behind and they have 3 ends to pick that margin up.
Yeah, well, it's still anyone's game, really. All they need really is just one good end, really, Gary.
Well,
don't
that's
they,
it, but, we were saying that about 5 ends ago and they haven't had it yet.
Yeah, that's true. G'day, Dave Stockham. How are you, my friend? And Judd Percy. How are you, Judd? Good to have you on board, my friend. Judd, of course, just won the Cunningham District Singles title. Yep. He beat young Mitch Mears in the final.
Oh, but I think I might have seen that.
I watched that.
Somebody streamed that for us.
Graham Lewis from the Cunningham District does their streaming.
I think I watched the semi-final with Desi Can was playing with.
Yes, that's correct. Desi played in that.
Oh, I remember watching that.
Judd playing great bowls. Of course, Judd used to be a very... very good player down at Winnamanny Leagues Bowls Club. He played Premier League down there, Gary, and a great guy, one of the characters of our game.
Phillips from South Africa is back with us, and he said he's asking how the green speeds are. Well, we're probably around the 16-second mark, we think.
See a nice bowl here from Nathan Rice.
Phillip.
Just going to miss the kitty, but lovely first up bowl by Nathan, and quite realistic though, Gary. You look at the last couple of weeks that Nathan Rice has had, mate. He's been in a bit of a purple patch, hasn't he?
Oh, mate, he's been in everything, hasn't he? You couldn't play a game of cards and Nathan wouldn't beat you.
Well, you got that right, mate. See, John just picked it up, got enough of it.
John Newell, he's got enough of his made shot.
He's made shot out of it, yeah, that's for sure.
The question that I raised yesterday, nobody's answered it, and I'm a bit disappointed. I had an idea that the 2 boys that won the singles event, this very singles event in 2011, was Jay Cross and Des Can Jr. Now, I've got this idea in my head that they went on to win the national title.
Mm-hmm.
They went on to compete for Queensland against all the other states. And I believe they won the national title. And I was sort of asking the question whether someone out there amongst all these bowling experts, whether someone can tell me either yes or no, did that happen?
You asking me this question? I can't remember.
I'm asking anybody because
I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Kelvin Kirkhouse, he's watching, he might know. I would have thought that Wizard would have known. We raised that of him, but I'm very disappointed. I feel left out.
Someone will tell you, mate.
Nobody answered me. Look, I could be well and truly wrong, but it just crossed my mind that they did win the national title when they went on.
Those 2 boys were in a real purple patch through that era, weren't they? So it wouldn't surprise me. I can assure you of that, Gary. So
and they still bowled damn well, the 2 of them. And I mean, so I'm just looking for somebody to answer the question.
So Andrew just a little bit long with this one here, but coming back on the line not too badly. So that's a good back bowl. It's a nice little sider. Just got to narrow his grass line down with his next bowl. Any movement on Nathan's front bowl there be very beneficial for the Howie Rice combination. That's for sure.
Judd's just come on and said, "Thanks, guys." He's happy with the job we're doing. Well, thank you, Judd, and we're very pleased to hear that.
Yeah, mate. Good man, mate. Good man.
We love our bowls, and we feel if we can't play the level that we once might have, that I'm just as happy to sit here and watch the great players of our sport
Couldn't agree more, my friend.
strut their stuff. I get just as much enjoyment out of that.
Yes, no, I couldn't agree more. I still enjoy a game, though, like you do,
Oh,
Gary.
well, we do. But
Yeah, you did right, mate, as we can't play like we used to a few years ago.
well, I certainly can't.
So let's go and promote the game of bowls and show these great players, mate. And wonderful initiative of Bowls Queensland sending us up here this wonderful week to showcase this great sport of ours. So hope
I miss me little puppy, though.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
You can give Robbie a pat on the head at night time, mate.
Don't touch him. Can't touch him. He's untouchable.
The only thing is Robbie would probably bite, though, would he?
He's Paddy Elliott nest, mate. You cannot touch him. He's completely untouchable.
Paddy's head, mate. Paddy's head, mate. He probably bites you, though, knowing him. So anyway, just keep sharing it out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Funniest part, in the bathroom, he's got a bottle of hair shampoo.
Yeah, Jay, he's got no hair.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why would you need that?
He must be drinking it in there, is he?
I think he mixes bloody lemon cordial.
He's got to be drinking it.
Why would a man with no hair want shampoo?
Oh, dear.
I can't work that out at all. I think it's just for show, isn't it?
You reckon, mate? Love your work. See, good looking bowl here by Nathan Rice. Is he going to set it? Going to get the edge of it?
Get a slide, and he's done it. Well, that's going to break their heart.
That will break their heart. That's a wonderful bowl. Played that with magnificent weight there, though, Gary.
How many times have we told him that?
Yeah, I know. Becoming a little bit monotonous, my friend.
He'd drive you mad, wouldn't he? Just when you think you might have a shot, him starting to claw your way back. Ricey Crackles comes in and does that to you.
Tell you what, Johnny's not far away with this one.
He's far enough to miss.
And he took out Jason's back bowl there by the looks of it too, Gary.
Did he?
So,
okay.
So I think you'll find they've got nothing in behind now, so it's going to make it a
you
little
know,
bit
well,
harder for
that's
them.
the last thing you want to know, isn't it?
No, that's for sure.
Melissa Coletti now.
Melissa,
she's finished work.
And she's
on
her
her way to Toowoomba because she's one of the ladies representing the singles, isn't she?
Wonderful, wonderful lady, Melissa, and had the pleasure of playing against her up in Toowoomba a few weeks ago, and she absolutely kicked my butt.
Did she?
Oh, yeah, but that's nothing unusual.
And there's Lurchy's come in with another one.
She played magnificently, and all I can say, Melissa, I wish you all the best for tomorrow, Mel. I won't be here, but Gary and Robbie will be here.
Well, I look forward to meeting you, Mel, and I'm not sure that we've ever met before. And I just asked the question, how far do you have to drive?
She'd be coming in from Roma, mate. Her and her husband live in Roma.
Well, how far is that away?
Yeah, probably about 3.5-4 hours.
Okay,
So
well, we won't wait up for you. We won't wait up for you, Mel. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
And you better bring your own hair shampoo because apparently Robbie uses his own. So
no, it's only for show.
It's only for show, mate, is it? Okay, then. Hey, Mel, it's always good to have you on board. Ian Law, how are you? Shonky, good to have you on board.
Me and Shonky, he was there before.
Yep, he's come back. He must have liked your commentary, Gary.
Oh, I don't know about that. He just likes the bowls, mate.
Well, who doesn't like the bowls when you're seeing this type of quality game, Gary? It's absolutely sensational, mate.
It's just starting to get a bit ugly for the Hamilton boys.
Well,
though,
it is.
Because
Unfortunately, they're just missing now, aren't they?
They've at least two down, I would think. I don't know about the third one.
Well, this is what happens when you have to chase, isn't it? You know what I mean? This is, when you're chasing shots.
Lurchy's got the finger measure out, but he didn't indicate anything.
Oh, no, he won't tell us.
He's keeping his card
quiet,
very
mate.
close to his chest.
Keep it quiet, mate.
He's not even telling Andrew.
Well,
okay, so what's
Andrew looks like he's just trying to come around this front bowl here of
yeah, well, he probably needs to get somewhere behind, doesn't he? Just in case that. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. Not in panic mode. They don't have to do anything
stayed
special.
in the back there, so it's pretty handy there. That's
Give
for
me
sure.
something behind. He said, Lurch said to him. Okay, so Jason's playing the rate that he needs. Now, how's his line? He doesn't look too bad, is he? He missed it once before, and he's just... Oh, he's got it.
Oh, great bowl.
Now, it's...
no.
No.
Oh, that's what happens when you're chasing shots.
That
isn't it?
can't be right.
That can't be right. Hey,
the game sucks, doesn't it? When you...
Mate,
poor old Jason, he's played
you couldn't have played it any better, mate. Look at that.
He's played
there.
a magnificent shot. And we thought, oh, this will be good. And all of a sudden, it's gone smacko.
Straight onto
Andrew's
bowl.
bowl. Not only that, he's probably got two.
No, I think you'll find Jason's bowl, but Andrew's got another bowl to play, and this is where he can really make it hurt, when he can make it add. Stephanie, we'll give you the ladies' score in a minute, my dear. Great to have you on board too, Steph.
I'll give it to you now.
Look at this here by Andrew Howie, mate. I think it's the shadows have pulled it up here,
I
mate.
think, yeah, well,
Shadows have
he's
pulled it
run into the bloody shadows. That happens, doesn't it?
Yep. And
Cliff Richard ran into the shadow.
Roger Webb says he's sitting here with a nice glass of red, enjoying the commentary and the bowls. Thank you very much for those kind words, Roger.
And I'll be having a red wine later too, Roger.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret, mate. When I get home to Tambury Mountain, mate, I'll be having a red too, mate. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, I had a 3 or 4 last night, and I was talking Hebrew, and Robbie didn't know what I was saying. So the girl, now what's happened here on the Debbie Logan and whatever, they get out the way, girls. Debbie Logan, Glennis Reid, 18, leading Laurel Hofstede and Wendy Campbell, 14, and they've got 20 ends, and they're on the last end here now. And if I remember correctly, Glennis Reid had those blue and white speckly bowls. Well, she's sitting on the jack.
Well, the men have just
And
shaken
this is the last
hands.
end.
The men have shaken hands, and it's all over. So we have the gold medal goes to Zone 1, which is Gold Coast. We're victorious in that with Andrew Howie and Nathan Rice. And a wonderful effort from Jason Moore and John Newell.
Well,
absolutely superb effort from those.
Well, that's as we said before, that's the first game Johnny and Jason have lost in 8 months.
That's true, mate. That's a wonderful, wonderful effort by those two gentlemen, mate. And they've played some sensational bowls, that's for sure.
We're on the very last end here, folks, with the gold medal playoff. We can't, unless Robbie can get some camera action working here.
Yeah, we've got it here now, mate.
Got it there?
We've
Okay.
got it there, mate. So
Well, this is the very last end.
So we've got it looks as though Glennis Reid.
Glennis is sitting right on the
She's sitting
jack.
right on the kitty, and I assume that other grey bowl there, I reckon, would be Debbie Logan. So it looks to me they'd be holding 2 shots.
Well, it doesn't matter because this is the last end and they're 4 up overall.
Yep, and Katie Sheriff says, awesome work, Hawk. So I'll pass that on, Katie. And, of course, Alan Howard watching. G'day, Alan. Alan just come back, one of our successful
Big
over
Al,
60
love
players.
the guy, and well done down at Ettalong too, Al. They told me you went very, very well.
That's for sure, mate.
Chrissy Pavlov was the one who, and I'll label her. She was the one who told me that you played extremely well.
Well done, fellas. You did a superb job down there. You did yourselves and Queensland proud, the whole lot of you. Even Robbie Allen drew a shot down there, they're telling me.
Well, I haven't heard about that.
Haven't you?
I didn't draw. He said I didn't draw a shot. I drew about 40 of them.
Is that right?
Touches.
Well, see, what's
Debbie-
happening up here, ladies and gentlemen, is that the Gold Coast media team, of course, we're sharing a motel room up here where there's plenty of beds in there, but Gary reckons he can't sleep because every time Robbie rolls over, all his medals that he won down there keep dangling all the time.
He rattles the cabinet.
He rattles the cabinet, mate. Hey, you had that many medals around his neck, you didn't, hey? Looked like a South Korean a North Korean soldier. All the medals hanging off him.
It's all the pie wrappers on the bed, I think, who keep clanking together at night time.
Hey, Ozzy
Now,
Jones
we're getting
and Matty
very
Bell.
close to we're getting close to the finish here, folks, and because, as I've just alluded to, the Mount Gravatt girls are 4 up on the board, and this is the last end, and they appear to be holding 2.
Okay, Ozzy Jones, I can tell you this, how many games are we streaming after this game? Today, 0. This is our second game of pairs, 21 ends.
That's it. I've shaken hands. I'm sorry, Mark. I didn't mean to interrupt you,
You
but the girls from where are we?
Mount Gravatt.
Glennis Reid and Debbie Logan from Mount Gravatt, representing the Gateway District, have beaten Wendy Campbell and Laurel Hofstepper from Elliott Heads from Bundaberg region, and I think it'll be the final score. Not sure, but they've won by 6, I think.
Wonderful achievement there. And also, too, Gary, you must take your hat off to the girls from Elliott Heads. I was talking to some of their supporters over there before, and they reckon they only have 8 or 10 women in their club, mate. So what an absolutely magnificent effort from those ladies to make the...
Where's it, the Elliott Heads, you're telling me?
Yeah, I was talking to a few of the ladies over there before, and they were just over the moon.
Well, they were jumping out of trees to get on board and say how proud they were, and
Yep.
And I thought, well, that's tremendous. You got to be proud of your club mates, haven't you? It doesn't matter who they are.
Yes, no, that's for sure.
But I never knew there was so few of them, but that's a tremendous effort.
Tremendous effort. And Sue Crumben, of course, Sue, one of the hard-working Gold Coast District Ladies Bowling Association. She's the treasurer of down there, who says, well done, Andrew and Nathan. Thank you very much for those kind words. I'll pass that on. John C., how are you, John? We're going down here with your brother at the moment, mate.
John, now listen, while you're there, John, there were some people who mentioned something the other day about the December 4s. And it was a husband and wife team, and I can't remember their name. Might have been Berghopper or something like that.
Yep.
And they were asking whether, John, you would be available for the December 4s. Now, that didn't make any sense to us, but I thought I'd better write it down and pass it on to you.
There you go, and you remembered.
Well, I remembered part. I'm not too sure of the surname of what the people that were asking, but it was a couple. It was a husband and wife couple, I think.
So there's another great win there to the Gateway combination of Debbie Logan and Glennis Reid. So an absolutely wonderful achievement. But hearty congratulations, of course, to those lovely ladies from Elliot Heads who really did themselves and their club very, very proud, that's for sure.
And everybody was cheering them on too, because there's not too many members of their club up there, which is fantastic to hear, isn't it?
And again, there's only one game left out there, which is this one here that Robbie streamed over to watch, and they're just pulling quite a few out of the head, so I think they're about to shake hands too.
Yeah, I think
of course,
that's
the
all
mats
over.
come down, so it's the Bribey Island combination, by the looks of this, have had a win here, so I'd say, over the Mackay ladies. So congratulations there to the bronze medal.
The bronze medalist
goes to Bribey Island. So
goes to Bribey Island, and then we've had a lot of people from up Bribey. It's a very happy hunting ground for me, Bribey Island. The only 2 times I've been there, I've ended up coming home with the goodies.
Have you?
Yeah.
There you go. How good's that, mate?
Yeah, and so there were a lot of folks from Bribey Island that were jumping on board earlier too, saying how much they love to be able to watch their people.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from Gary Thomas, Brian Marshall and Robbie Allen, just like to say, hope you've enjoyed the day of bowls, because we have thoroughly enjoyed bringing it to you. It's been an absolute pleasure. And, of course, before we leave, I'd just like to thank Bowls Queensland and the Toowoomba region for allowing us to showcase this great game of ours, and an absolute wonderful day of bowls. And tomorrow morning from 8:30, all I can say, get on board early, because you're going to see some cracking games tomorrow. So on behalf of the Gold Coast Tweed District Media Team and behalf of Robbie Allen, the ably led chairman of this squad, we'd just like to say thank you, have a good night, and we look forward to your company tomorrow morning on air from about 25 past 8 for this exciting first up flash of the singles, and going to see some great bowls. So have a good night, and thank you all for viewing.